In one thing, but there's one here in East Tennessee that specializes in them all, called Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Fires the ball down the middle. Jason Swain.
It's time to kick off 3 hours of fair and honest discussions that go beyond the headlines of today's sports news.
And for a Tennessee touchdown.
From the Budweiser studios of 99.1, the Sports Animal. Here are a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports. Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Monday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours. We have a lot to cover. Between now and 3 o'clock, we will invite you to join us along the way, as we do each and every day on the show. You can call or text in to join us. Call or text in at the same phone number, 865-656-9900 is how you can be a part of the show. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward. Swain, it's good to be next to you. We've chatted a few times here and there, but from different rooms, different time zones.
That's right.
For a few days last week during SEC Media Days. So good to sit with you at the same table today.
Yeah, good to be back. Good to rock and roll. Get ready to rock and roll for the college football season, man. It's almost football time in Tennessee. I know you know. How many days are we away?
From Tennessee kicking off the season, we are 40 days away.
Okay. All right.
But I've done some math.
So about 17 days?
Well, if you think about it,
all right,
realistically, weekends don't count, right? So you take 5 of those away. Now we're down to 30.
Okay.
Game week, you know, you're floating all week long.
Don't really count.
So 5 more that are chopped off, so down to 25.
25.
You know, Fridays, those aren't really a thing.
Yeah,
Fridays.
I mean, who actually does anything on Fridays?
Right. So 5 more, I believe. So that's down to
20.
And then
I don't know how you go.
The hardest part of a Monday is getting up. Already did that. So here we are. Now we just cruise through the next 3 hours, and then Monday's done. So we're at about 19 days until Tennessee kicks off the season, which feels pretty good.
19 real days.
Yeah, 19 real days until Tennessee plays a regular season football game on August 31st against who?
UT. I think some team in Chattanooga. No, I'm just kidding.
So
Chattanooga.
Don't. Thank you, Dan Mullen.
That's right.
So don't mock my math here. We're at about 19 days.
Okay. 5 minutes in, huh?
Here we are.
Does the media know that Tennessee's going to be pretty good this year, or did they forget that memo? The SEC media folks.
They must have missed it. Were there a bunch of haters down there in Dallas? Tennessee picked 7th by the media last week at SEC Media Days.
It's kind of fair. It's kind of fair. Will they finish 7th? No. But is it fair for them to be picked 7th right now? Yeah, it's fair. I'm cool with it. I love when people tell us we can't do something or we are not going to be one of the best teams, in the conference. I like being picked middle of the road. Give us something to work towards. Give us something to pull receipts on. I like that.
It was pretty close, the margin. LSU 5th, Missouri 6th, Tennessee 7th.
Why is LSU 5th? Jaden Daniels is gone.
They're the Tigers.
I don't care. Defense was like Tony the Tiger last year from the cereal box. The defense was trash last year. You lost Jaden Daniels. You lost Malik Neighbors. Why are they 5th? Explain that to me.
A lot of Nussmeier believers.
That's what does not make sense to me, is why they are 5th.
They do have a new quarterback who they're excited about, but he's not the Heisman winner. They do have a new defensive coordinator, but the defensive personnel doesn't look significantly better.
We excited about our quarterback. We're not fifth.
Not even sixth.
Yeah. So all you have to be is excited about your quarterback, and that gets you some cool points. No, absolutely not, man. Our defense is going to be better than LSU's. Our quarterback, although is more talented, may not have the experience Nussmeier has. But why is LSU fifth and Tennessee is seventh?
Tennessee is as confident in its quarterback, I believe, as LSU is in its quarterback. I think that statement's true.
I need someone to explain that one to me.
Missouri is sixth. Part of that is what Missouri is. Part of that is what Missouri's schedule is. And this is, again, a predicted order of finish. I'm not totally sure everybody votes that way, but that's what it is. It's a predicted order of finish, so how you think the season will play out. Tennessee came in seventh in that predicted order of finish.
Well, if we're doing it that way, Missouri should be higher based on their schedule and based on who they have coming back. They got a lot of guys coming back, a lot of guys that were part of last year's winning team.
I was more surprised to see Missouri sixth and Tennessee seventh.
Yeah, I mean, you combine that with Missouri's soft schedule, they should be ranked higher than sixth or picked higher than sixth.
Should Ole Miss have been picked ahead of Alabama? Because Alabama came in third, Ole Miss fourth. Pretty close, the margin. But Alabama third, Ole Miss fourth.
Yeah, I trust the quarterback head coaching combo Alabama more than I do at Ole Miss.
Okay. Despite the fact it's new and working together.
Despite the fact that it's new. Because Kalen DeBoer gets results early. He's done that every stop that he's made. That's why. You know how disgusting that makes me feel? Do you know where I was the last couple of weeks? I've been in Alabama. You know how many Bama fans I've had to be around? I'm disgusted. So I don't feel good saying that.
Was your first shower back in Knoxville, was it a little bit longer?
It was great. It was great. The water was a whole lot better for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah, it was great. But I do think Milroe and DeBoer, I trust that combo more than Lane and Dart, even though Lane and Dart have actually had more time together.
The media would probably agree with you on that point as well, not just Alabama versus Ole Miss. Obviously, the vote went to Bama ahead of Lane Kiffin's team, but third-team All-SEC quarterback was Jalen Milroe, so probably the top snub of returning quarterbacks would be Dart. Beck was first team, Quinn Ewers was second team, Jalen Milroe third team.
Speaking of Quinn Ewers, it's good to see that the SEC knows who the real UT is.
Did you like that?
I love that. I love that.
And to me, that's kind of official. You can't.
It's official. And you can't complain if you're Texas. Like you're the new kid in class. You can't get in trouble on the first day. You better sit there and keep your mouth closed and follow directions. You can't cause an uproar. You can't complain. You gotta take it. Be happy you in the SEC, and just be Tex. T-E-X. You're Tex. Tennessee is UT.
Do you think Chris Del Conte, the AD, do you think he's already been in touch with Greg Sankey about that?
He better mind his business. He better be on his good behavior. He's a new kid.
I thought that was the biggest news item out of the
biggest.
media predictions, because the predictions are just that. It's predicting what will happen. It doesn't mean anything. It's the postseason All-SEC team you want to be on more than the preseason. But the SEC labeling Tennessee as UT in the release on Friday and Texas as TEX. It's kind of official. I don't think you can undo that. I think the SEC moving forward with their abbreviations has to keep it that way.
Yeah, don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Unless they go with some alternate move where every other release, the next one it's TEN and then UT for Texas just to appease and throw everybody off.
Listen, I mean, Texas, if you have a problem with being called Tex, T-E-X, you could be called UTJR. We'll let you do that.
I do think that's how Tennessee fans would have preferred it, so they'll settle happily with the TEX with Tennessee at UT, and only 2 Tennessee players on the All-SEC teams. Both first team, James Pierce Jr. on the defensive line, that's a no-brainer, and then Cooper Mays first team at center, but those were the only 2 Tennessee players on the first, second, or third teams, offense, defense, or special teams.
It's kind of fair.
I wasn't really surprised by that on Friday when we discussed that topic, Kevin Simon said, well, what about Dylan Sampson? Their third-team running backs are Justice Haynes from Alabama and
Who?
then Ulysses Bentley from Ole Miss. Couple things there. Dylan has been more productive.
Come on, man.
The argument for Bentley will be, well, now he steps into a huge role in that offense, but the argument for Dylan is now he steps into a huge role in Tennessee's offense.
Bigger role. Bigger role.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan Sampson should be in over those guys. What's those two guys' names again?
For Justice Haynes, I'll give him this. He was a 5-star running back. He's in an offense where he's probably going to produce. He ran for close to 7 yards per carry as a freshman, just didn't get a ton of carries. All that being said, I'm familiar with Tennessee's offense to know the importance of the running game and the opportunity that Dylan's about to have to put up monster numbers as well. He's already put up big numbers in the scoring department, getting the ball into the end zone, which I think is the ultimate objective for an offense. So I agreed there. I thought he was Tennessee's biggest snub of the all-SEC candidates.
What's those running backs' names again?
Justice Haynes. Ironic because we're maybe looking for some justice for Dylan in this conversation.
Okay.
And then Ulysses Bentley.
Ulysses? Really? How old is he? We got to check his birth certificate, Josh.
Well, we got to do that a lot these days.
There's no way he is a eligible player with that first name. He has to be about 67. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way, man.
So that's where we are with the predictions. He is just a 6th-year senior.
See?
He began at SMU in 2019, spent 3 seasons there, played at Ole Miss the last 2 seasons, and now will take on a bigger role with Quinshad Judkins gone to Ohio State. But I would also say he's a 6th-year senior. Dylan Sampson is a rising junior who put up better numbers last year. So I have a bigger issue probably there with Bentley than I do with Justice Haynes because he's getting the year 2 vote, the year 1 to year 2 5-star player that's going to make a big jump. It's realistic. With Sampson versus Bentley, both are getting bigger opportunities, both playing really good offenses. Sampson has been more productive.
Yeah, Dylan Sampson, man. They going to learn.
But you know what I'm saying if I'm Josh Heupel? Good.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm Darrell Sims. D-Samp, where were you? I didn't see you on the list. They didn't put you on there?
I love it.
That's what I'm saying to him.
Because remember now, Sampson is from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. He's
already possessing that chip on his shoulder because I'm pretty sure LSU did not give him the proper love that he deserved early in his high school career.
Yep.
And he's having to prove himself here at Tennessee. So this is just another chip on his shoulder. Oh yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun right here. Ulysses.
Do you think Josh Heupel on Tuesday was walking around media days just saying, I've heard really good things about that Ulysses Bentley down in Oxford. Might be worth a vote later this week. That's what I'd be doing.
I love the fired up, motivated Dylan Sampson, man.
Yeah.
I mean, him in that Kentucky game, he was on another level. He was possessed.
Yeah, he has a great personality. He'll show you a big-time smile, but he is a big chip on his shoulder type player.
Oh, yeah. A 6-year senior running back. Man,
I thought you'd like that.
Come on, man. And then a dude from Alabama that no one has heard of. I ain't seen him out there making big plays last year like Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson has freshmen behind him. First-year star contributors behind him.
Mm-hmm. Haynes did score 2 touchdowns last year.
That's not more than Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson had 4 in the first game.
He did. Yep. He outproduced Haynes in game number 1 for Haynes' entire season.
It's all right. Yeah, that's a snub. That is definitely a snub.
We'll continue the conversation. We invite you to be a part of it. Text box is open. We will take a peek inside when we come back. You can call or text in at 865-656-9900. Vols that were snubbed, about right, too low. What do you think with Tennessee 7th in the SEC from the Friday list that came out? We will discuss as we continue here on this show. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward. This is Josh and Swain.
Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
This year, Hiller is celebrating their 34th year in business, and they're bringing the celebration to you with their birthday bash for the month of July. Until the end of the month, you can enjoy free smart thermostats with select new HVAC systems. Also, free water tests, free leak detection, and shutoff valves with tankless water heaters. Also, buy 10, get 2 landscaping lights. Celebrate Hiller's birthday bash. You can do it right now at the website, happyhiller.com, to see all the details.
This has been a paid announcement.
His Security and Technology, your one-stop shop for all your security and technology needs. We offer state-of-the-art security systems to protect your home or business, as well as cutting-edge technology solutions to enhance your daily life. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing top-quality service and support. Contact His Security Technology today to learn more about how we can help you stay protected and connected. 865-474-9495 or visit hissecurity.com. In God we trust, all others we monitor.
Wedding season is here. It's basically what's going on all summer long. Hey, this is Heather. If you need jewelry for your big day, then look no further than my jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers. They're located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge, right there next to the Outback Steakhouse. And TK, he's been in business for years. He's got everything bridal, from a huge selection of engagement rings, but you maybe have already crossed that off. Do you need a matching wedding band? Do you need a gift for the bride to open the morning of the wedding? And ladies, do you need to hook your girls, all your bridesmaids, up with a beautiful and affordable gift that they can cherish forever? TK Wheeler Jewelers has it all. Whether you're looking for great gold bangle bracelets, beautiful diamond stud earrings, different necklace pendants. My necklace, I wear it every single day from TK Wheeler Jewelers. It's just 3 gold discs with the initials of my favorite 3 boys on them. So when you're looking for those special gifts, look no further than my jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers.
This has been a paid announcement.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com. Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Once again, voted one of the top 25 sports midday shows in America by Barrett Sports Media.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. We're on social media. We'd love for you to follow us at Josh and Swain on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Appreciate Randall's text. Randall in Maryville texted in, Josh and Swain, best show on the radio, but it takes both of you. Welcome back, Swain. Missed you, buddy.
Thank you.
Tyler texted in.
Which Tyler? Gump Tyler?
This time of year, yes. Formerly Tar Heel Tyler as well. Smells like traitor up in here. Roll damn tide.
Oh, well, we ain't in the same room, Tyler, so you smelling yourself. That's what you're smelling.
Good to have Tyler tuned in at the top of the hour.
You're smelling yourself, Tyler. Well, you ain't smelling me.
Smelling and telling is what he's doing.
Maybe you go take a shower. Put on some deodorant, maybe some cologne.
Chip wants to know how old are Ulysses' parents, naming their son. The 1800s called. They want their name back. I like the name, Ulysses Bentley.
Okay, well, how about you go home and change your son's name then?
It's probably not going to fly.
Okay, then.
And then Jay says,
or you get a dog, you can name
Ulysses.
Your dog that. Yeah,
that would work.
Yeah. Good luck calling him in at the user's bathroom. Hey, yo, Ulysses, come on, boy, come on, Ulysses. Yeah, do that at the park.
You know how some programs they'll give out like a number, like I think some programs like you have to earn the number one, like they'll give it to the senior or there's some number, like A&M does that with the 12, right?
Yeah.
So maybe for your 6th year senior, you get the Ulysses tag, something like that.
I guess so.
Does that work?
I guess so.
Jay texted in. We asked the question. So Tennessee's picked 7th in the SEC, right behind LSU and Missouri, right ahead of Oklahoma. Like Tennessee fans might feel a little slighted based on the vote. Oklahoma fans probably feel a little slighted. Like, oh, really? We're new to the SEC. You're just going to put us down there? They'll, of course, play each other in the SEC opener. But Jay texted in and said, I say that 7th in the SEC in the predicted order is just about right. I'm thinking 9-3, 8-4, with 10-2 being possible. So Jay's opinion is that being picked 7th going into the season is about right.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about being 7th. I'm just complaining about LSU being 5th. Like LSU is just that much better or in a better spot. I know what they did last year. They were way better than us last year. There was no way I think we would have beaten them. But what they lost and what they have to try to make up on defense, I mean, I think Tennessee's in a better spot, even though they have a lot of talent. I get it. But they lost talent, too, especially on offense.
This season for LSU, which I'm fascinated by because it's year 3 with Brian Kelly, they care about winning in Baton Rouge. They've seen Les Miles and Ed Orgeron win national titles, so why shouldn't Brian Kelly do it quickly?
Yeah.
Here's the schedule they play as well. I think there's a wide range of how this could play out record-wise for LSU. So they play 2 power conference, non-conference opponents, both Big Ten teams now, USC and UCLA. So they're opening with USC August 31st. They will then play Nicholls at South Carolina, and then UCLA with Deshaun Foster now as the head coach. And that's going to be in Baton Rouge, should win that game. Then they play South Alabama, should win that one. Then they have 2 weeks off to get ready for Ole Miss. Huge game. It's at home. Remember last year's game? It was a wild one, and they lost it in the end. They do host Ole Miss with 2 weeks to get ready. Then they turn around to go to Arkansas. Bit of a trap spot because the next week they go to Texas A&M. That's not an easy game
at all.
3 straight weeks of playing formerly SEC West opponents at Texas A&M at the end of that. Then 2 weeks off to get ready to host Alabama. Massive game. It's going to be in Baton Rouge. 2 weeks to get ready for it. Then they turn around and go to Florida. We'll see where Florida is at that point in the season because that's November 16th. Then they host Vanderbilt. There's a win. Then they close out the season with Oklahoma at home. A bunch of winnable games, but a bunch of losable games on that schedule.
Yeah, very tough schedule. Now, playing Florida late in the season may be a blessing for them because morale may be low if Florida starts off bad and they lose a couple of games.
You're right there because they get Florida in the middle of Florida playing Georgia at Texas, then LSU before Ole Miss and Florida State. So that's a good spot for LSU to get them even having to go to Gainesville.
It's a great spot. It's an ideal spot.
But if you look at LSU's schedule and then I pull up Tennessee's schedule, I like Tennessee's draw a lot better.
Oh, heck yeah.
Than what LSU is facing.
Heck yeah. I like Tennessee's team better because I like Tennessee's, front 7 on defense. I like, for the most part, our situation on the offensive line. I like the options on the outside. I think LSU deserves the right to have the benefit of the doubt with the receiver group and maybe even the skill position group as a whole. A lot of athletes down there. But I think quarterback is a wash, and I like our defensive front a whole lot better. They probably have a more athletic secondary. So their coach the new defense coordinator has a lot to work with. But I wouldn't trade LSU's team for Tennessee's team. I wouldn't. Not this year.
Maybe not recruiting either. We'll get to that here soon as well.
Nah, man, Tennessee on fire right now.
They're looking to keep scorching, too. Christian
Man.
Gass is the latest linebacker from the Atlanta area who committed this past weekend.
The quote from him says it all. It says it all. We'll get to that later, but the quote is strong.
A reminder of Missouri's schedule. So LSU and Missouri picked ahead of Tennessee. Missouri's first 4 weeks, Murray State, Buffalo, Boston College at home, Vanderbilt at home. So I feel pretty comfortable with 4-0. Then they'll have 2 weeks off to get ready for A&M on the road. Not easy for sure, but they do have 2 weeks to prepare for the game. Then they go to UMass. It's a weird spot. They go to UMass, then they host Auburn, play at Alabama. I'm going to chalk that up as a loss. Then 2 weeks off to get ready to host Oklahoma. Then play at South Carolina, at Mississippi State, Arkansas to finish out.
Whose schedule is that?
That is Missouri's.
What conference is Missouri in? Joshua, what conference is Missouri in?
It says here in the release that they're in the SEC.
What SEC team travels to UMass to play football?
I would think Vanderbilt, and that's probably where the conversation would end.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Who's the AD up there? Who scheduled that?
I don't know when that was scheduled, but that's a weird one.
That's something else
but
right there.
Missouri draws the bottom 4 teams in predicted order of finish on the schedule. South Carolina, Arkansas, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt were the bottom 4 in the predicted order of finish. They're all on Tennessee's schedule. Now, Tennessee gets the bottom 3 and 5 of the bottom 6. So that's pretty good, too.
Yeah, I know Eli Drinkwitz likes to say that he's standing on business, but that schedule is standing on cotton. That schedule is soft. That schedule is super soft, man.
Well, maybe that's why they're going to UMass, so the detractors won't be as strong in their argument with that.
Oh, man, they went to UMass and won. Y'all give them credit for that? Okay. Because UMass used to be really good in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're not good at anything, it seems like. But how do you travel to UMass to play football? Wow. Okay.
In the text box, Tennessee can quell some of the detractors by going 9-3 or 10-2 this season.
No, there's only one way Tennessee can quell the detractors. That's going to the playoffs. The record really doesn't matter. It's about getting to the playoffs.
I think that's right.
If you get to the playoffs at 9-3, awesome. If you get to the playoffs at 10-2, awesome. If you don't get to the playoffs at 9-3, this team deserves criticism. It's about the playoffs. It doesn't really matter what your record is. Did you get to the playoffs? Yes or no? It's that simple.
That's a great expression, by the way.
What?
Quell the detractors. I'm going to start working that in.
Go for it, man.
It's a good show. We're talking about Ulysses today.
I didn't know if we was
in 2024
talking sports or American history.
Well, tell me what you think about this from Chip, and then when we come back, another thought on the playoff as it relates to Tennessee. Tennessee got that gas to add to the fire. Christian Gass, the linebacker who committed to Tennessee.
All right.
You glad to be back still?
I'm glad. You didn't come up with that. That was actually good.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I tip my cap, Chip. Well done. 865-656-9900. Mike wanting to know, when does fall practice start? They report officially next Tuesday, the 30th, and then the 31st will be the first day of practice. And those days are so exciting, Swain. It's like football's happening there.
We count those days, Josh. We count those. They're going to be in shorts, man. Shorts and helmets. We count those days. Okay. Don't even try it.
We're somewhere between 17 to 19 days until Tennessee kicks off the season. We continue the conversation. Join us. Call or text in at 865-656-9900. Chris Lowe of ESPN on what Tennessee hopes to accomplish and why he believes, Josh Heupel believes, they can do so. We'll continue right here on Josh and Swain.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
Xander Schauffele won his second major of the season after shooting a 6 under 65 on Sunday at Royal Troon to capture the Open Championship. Schauffele won his first major earlier this year when he won the PGA Championship 2 months ago. He becomes the first man in 10 years to win both the PGA Championship and the Open in the same year. Major League Baseball games for your Monday evening at 6:40. The Guardians host the Tigers. The Mets visit the Marlins. Pirates take on the Cardinals. Braves welcome the Reds at 7:20. Phillies visit the Twins at 7:40. Just after 8 o'clock, the White Sox visit the Rangers. The Cubs welcome the Brewers. The Royals take on the Diamondbacks. Red Sox visit the Rockies at 8:40. At 9:40, the Angels visit the Mariners. The A's host the Astros. Dodgers take on the Giants at 10 o'clock. And LeBron James has been voted by his fellow Olympians to be Team USA's flag bearer at the opening ceremony in Paris on Friday. This will be LeBron's 4th Olympic Games. He is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing, a local company dedicated to upholding a standard of excellence in every aspect of their work. They deliver solutions to help figure out what's going on with whatever situation you might have. They can help enhance the overall well-being of families they serve by providing great customer service and making sure whatever job that you need done is done correctly. We have relied on Wilson Brothers Plumbing at my home. They helped us with a project that we needed taken care of. They also helped us with a problem that we needed taken care of. We had an underground leak issue last spring at my home on my property, and they were able to come out and tell us this is what's happening. Here's what we'll do to fix it. They gave us a price up front, and then they made sure that the job was taken care of correctly and updated us along the way, all the way to the cleanup at the end of the job. They will make sure that they help provide a solution for you, and they can provide preventative service to avoid future problems. Visit WilsonBrothersPlumbing.com to learn more or to schedule service. That's WilsonBrothersPlumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
The largest selection of timeless Cadillacs in over 5 years is waiting for you at Cadillac of Knoxville, where you'll get as low as 1.9% financing on select new Cadillac models. And our inventory has never been better with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Visit Cadillac of Knoxville or shop CadillacofKnoxville.com. Well-qualified buyers when financed with Cadillac Financial. Monthly payment is $29.04 for every $1,000 you finance. Some customers will not qualify in 731.
It's officially summer break, yes! And having fun outdoors means, well, tracking more dirt in your home. That's why I suggest calling the cleaning pros at Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning to keep your home insanely clean. You know, you can act fast and take advantage of their summer sale for 15% off all cleaning services. That's carpets, that's air ducts, upholstery, area rugs, all 15% off, but it's only for a limited time. That's why you got to mention me, Tyler Ivans of the Sports Animal, and you'll get 15% off your next service. Promo code SUMMERSELL when scheduling online. That's at ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Calling all CDL licensed drivers. Performance Food Service Knoxville has some exciting career opportunities. Our delivery team roles offer the potential for a 6-figure income, sign-on bonus of $7,000, and all benefits on day one. All local routes, no overnights. Join us at our hiring event on July 27th from 10 to 1 at our Knoxville campus. Text PFS KNX to 25000 for more information and to get started, or go to jobs.performancefoodservice.com.
Show. Let me tell you about my new fence I just got from Tennessee Home. If you came to my house in West Knoxville, I have a beautiful house, but the backyard fence looked like something out of a horror movie. Splits, leaning, skunks, possum, any creature was coming in and out of my backyard. I had to get somebody who was a licensed professional who could come in and give me the privacy that I sorely need. James Anthony checked all the boxes. Give him a ring this afternoon. 865-304-0955. Or you can book online. That's at TennesseeHome.us.
This report is sponsored by Russell's Pest Control. Mosquitoes can be a nuisance, but they're dangerous too. Russell's Pest Control provides effective and reliable mosquito control services to protect you and your family year-round. To get your free quote, call or visit russellspest.com today. Russell's Pest Control, your local mosquito control experts.
We're tracking scattered showers and storms beginning to develop as we head throughout your Monday afternoon and evening. High temperature still a little bit below average with a high of 86 degrees. Make sure to keep the rain gear and the umbrella handy, especially if you're going to be outdoors. Keep a close watch to the sky as storms approach. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
The minute folks step into Dollywood in my Smoky Mountains, I want them to fill their hearts with all the beautiful things in this big old world. Dollywood, love every moment.
Plan your visit today at Dollywood.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Life's troubles aren't always fun, but there's a law group in town who will help you get them done. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
All facts, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Chase asked in the text box, if Missouri beats UMass, do they believe that makes them the real UM or something? Maybe that's part of it. You go and win at UMass's house. Who's the real UM?
Oh, man.
Of course, the reigning national champ is University of Michigan. So that's it.
Yeah, they probably have to take that up with Michigan first before they start claiming
separate subject
who the real UM is.
Yep. And Alabama did go to South Florida last year, USF. Was that a 2-for-1? It's kind of an odd deal.
That was weird, too.
The whole game was weird. So that pointed out by Jay in the text box. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. At the end of SEC Media Days last week, Chris Lowe of ESPN stopped by the show, good friend of the program, covering the world of college football. And we talked about what Josh Heupel had said. He came on this show last week and talked about the confidence he has in the team, the program, and this roster being the best they've had, the deepest, the best roster they've had in his 4 seasons as Tennessee's head coach. What Chris Lowe thought about the confidence that Josh Heupel showed and talked about last week.
Well, I think he's recruited well. They've done a good job of getting guys out of the portal to fill key spots. His staff, I know he really likes his staff. There's been some pretty good continuity there. I think he's not surprised going into year 4. This has sort of been, I think, the plan all along, to be at this point and have quality depth across the board. Defensive tackle, they're going to be able, I think there's 5 or 6 guys there. They really haven't had that luxury before. And you've got to be deep in the defensive line. You have to. You have to be deep in the offensive line. And I think when you look at sort of how he's constructed and built this roster, I think they're on schedule. I think he feels like this is where they would be, but you're still going to go out and win games. You got to win games that count. You go back to last year, they didn't really win a lot of games that counted. They did 2 years ago, clearly. I've always said at Tennessee, now it's a different time now because you don't necessarily play Florida and Alabama and Georgia every year. They do next year, but going forward, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case. Those are the 3 measuring stick games. Now with Texas and Oklahoma coming in, it's a little bit different. But I always felt like to really be a good season for Tennessee, you had to win 2 of those 3. Certainly more times than you go 0-3 or 1-2, and they did that 2 years ago. Last year, really disappointing to lose at Florida for Tennessee. Tennessee's a better football team than Florida. So I think I look at this year like, okay, how do they bounce back from what was just sort of an okay year? But I think they've got the talent, the personnel, and I think he's got everything in place. Josh's done a really good job with that staff to be a playoff team. I think it's a big disappointment for Tennessee this year if they're not in the playoff. And I bet you Josh is too savvy and too smart to come out and say that and set himself up. but I guarantee you he believes the same thing.
Chris Lowe of ESPN on our show on Thursday.
I don't like agreeing with everything Chris Lowe says. I like to argue and disagree with him and go back and forth, but don't tell him I said this because, I saw him on SEC Network. I saw him interviewing with Feinbaum. He already is Hollywood enough. He doesn't need his head to be any bigger than it already is. But I agree with him 100%.
That's off the record.
Off the record. Last year was okay. It was an okay season. It was a decent season. When you look at the season, there's not one signature win that you're proud of. When you understand what the standard is, Tennessee, to label a season a success, it's about beating Alabama. It's about beating Florida. It's about beating Georgia, and you beat none of them. You beat Kentucky and A&M, two teams that were decent at best, and A&M was underachieving. So last year was what it was. This year, you have the talent, you have the roster, you have the experience, you have the coaching staff, you have everything you need to get to the college football playoff. And if you don't do that, then it would be a huge disappointment. I thought Chris was spot on. He nailed it, unfortunately.
And at the end, talking about wanting to get to the playoff, and I'm sure Josh Heupel is not going to say we absolutely should be a playoff team, but
can't say that.
When he talks about the high expectations they have, you can read into what he's thinking his team is capable of, and that is to make the playoff.
That's the goal, man. The goal is win a championship, but to win a championship, you first have to get to the playoff. Mm-hmm. You have to be one of 12.
Yeah, and there are a bunch of teams that have a similar thought, or even a stronger thought in some cases. Like at Georgia, they absolutely expect to be there. Texas, they absolutely expect to be there. There are only so many spots that can be grabbed for a playoff. But Tennessee is justified, I think, in its belief in itself. Josh Heupel, what he thinks, what the players obviously would think behind him, that they can get there. And then we'll see if they can do it.
That's why Chris Lowe is Hollywood. That's why they pay him to be on ESPN, not us. That was perfectly said by him.
Has he gotten his star yet, the Hollywood star? Should be coming soon.
It's pending.
Mm-hmm.
It's pending. It's in review. He's up next.
Did you see The Athletic did a simulation, I think 25 times, of EA Sports College Football 25 to see who makes the playoff? Tennessee made it 3 times out of the 25 simulations.
I don't want to hear nothing about EA Sports, man. They are on my bull droppings list. They're on my list, man.
They probably colluded with voters last week with the preseason All-SEC teams. They put Bentley and Haynes over Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, EA Sports voting is obviously rigged, Josh. We know that.
Michigan got the most bids into the playoff.
Well,
Michigan, Oregon,
Josh, they won
Georgia, Ohio State, and Texas A&M. Something off there? A&M got 13 bids?
Something is definitely off.
Made the Final Four 5 times.
Something is definitely off. I mean, Mike Elko is a good coach. He ain't that dang good
But
yet.
come on.
Yeah.
Oklahoma made it 8 times.
He hasn't proved, what? 8 times?
Oh, you'll like this one. NC State made it 8 times.
It's my first day back, Josh, in a while. I'm trying to.
Welcome back.
I'm trying to dip my toe in the water here. I'm trying to ease my way back. You're making today difficult. Don't get me started on NC State.
Boston College made it twice. Who said Missouri's schedule's easy?
I wish we had Missouri's schedule. We might be a number 1 seed in the college football playoff with that schedule.
I'm ready for the season to get here. We're breaking down EA Sports simulations. By the way, it was a big hit last week. Big hit on Friday when it came out officially.
Did you play down there in Dallas?
I didn't.
You didn't grab a controller?
John Neighbors, he's a radio host in Arkansas. He had the game on Radio Row. I never went and played. I know him. I could have asked. He would have let me.
You was too busy. You was too busy.
I was grinding.
Yeah. You was grinding. You had time to be playing video games. You was being an adult.
No, my focus was on one group, and that was our audience. Making sure we provided the best possible entertainment for them over those 4 days and beyond.
That's why they love you, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they love you. The people love Josh Ward. You got their backs.
Everybody's got their back. We'll come back, 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us as we continue the Tennessee, the SEC, and the college football conversation. Some recruiting this afternoon as well, right here on Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio, free on the app, free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
The Low T Center, they make it easy for you to get your level checks, man. It's a simple blood test, and with their on-site lab, you're going to get your results back in about 15 minutes or so. So if you're feeling tired, grumpy, you've noticed a lack of motivation and drive, maybe gaining some weight, you've noticed a loss of muscle mass, these are signs you need to pay attention to, and it's time to get those levels checked. Luckily, right now, there's an awesome promotion going on right now at Low T Center. They're offering a free initial test. So if you're over 30, schedule a visit with Low T Center. Go to the website, lowtcenter.com today. The offer is good until the 31st of the month. Experts at Low T Center have over a decade of experience helping patients achieve life-changing results, and most health insurance is accepted for treatment. Go to the website. That's lowtcenter.com to book your appointment today so you can get yourself feeling like yourself again, back to your best. Go to the website again, lowtcenter.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Summer is officially here, and if you want to be cooking in a new kitchen by the time company is coming over for the holidays, then now's the time to get started. Hey, this is Heather Harrington for Kitchen Sales. It's hard to put into words how much absolute joy our kitchen renovation has brought us. The team at Kitchen Sales completely outdid themselves. They made suggestions to knock out some walls and actually start using a formal dining room that was dead space before. And by doing an open concept kitchen, we also had the space for a new 11 by 4 foot island. We took our little bitty island and juiced it up as big as we could, and I doubled the storage in my kitchen. And it's really pretty. I can be cooking dinner while my kids are doing homework or playing with Play-Doh, and everybody's got enough space. It's seriously time for you to see what Kitchen Sales can do for your home. They've got 2 great locations, Hoyt Avenue in downtown just off Cherry Street, or in the Town and Country Circle near Best Buy in West Knoxville. And you can always find them online at kitchensales.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
This weekend, Fraser's is having a flooring frenzy.
Frasers, I like your style.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Fraser with Fraser's Carpet One. And you don't want to miss our massive sale on all in-stock floor coverings. For a very limited time, if it's in stock, it's on sale. During Fraser's Flooring Frenzy, you can get carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, and more for up to 50% off. For over 65 years, Fraser's has given East Tennessee beautiful floors, always at great prices. And this blowout sale is your chance to get the floors you've dreamed of, with no money down and free financing for an entire year. Finally, fix your floors during Fraser's Flooring Frenzy. It's fabulous. Call Fraser's today at 546-4850 for a free in-home estimate and in-home shopping.
Frasers, I like your style.
Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Fraser's.
Hi, I'm your annoying debt that follows you around everywhere, ruining your life. Like when you hope to finance that car, not approved. Paying for dinner with a credit card in front of friends, embarrassingly declined. Bills piling up, harassing creditors, and you can't pay me off because the interest is so high, you can barely make the minimum. So what are you going to do? You're stuck with me. Give me your best shot.
Got debt? Knock out annoying debt with a loan from Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union. Now through September 30th, get up to $500 to refinance your existing debt with us. Visit atfcu.com for details. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, your less red tape banking alternative, a place where you belong.
I'm Michael Jenkins, helping you beat the books with BetQL. Milwaukee heads to Chicago to take on the Cubs in an NL Central Series. The Brewers have been the best over team in baseball this season, going 54-40-5 with their last 4 games hitting the over as well. The Cubs have decisions to make with the trade deadline less than 10 days away, and Chicago is 3.5 games back in the final wildcard spot. The BetQL model is sticking with the Red Hot Brew Crew, and their 5-star best bet is grabbing the over between Milwaukee and Chicago. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Text box is open. You can call or text at 865-656-9900. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. As we continue on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster. Began the show talking about Tennessee picked 7th in the media vote in the SEC. We've had a couple of texts come in and say either about right or I think 9-3 is probably where we are right now. I know there was a lot of hope and some expectation maybe of 10-2, at least a lot of confidence, and we heard from Chris Lowe of ESPN what he said last week on the show about how Tennessee should view this season if they don't get in as a disappointment. And part of that is goal setting. What do you want to accomplish this season? Of course, this team should hope to accomplish getting into the playoff. Then we'll see if they can go do it. But the SEC openers against Oklahoma, Oklahoma is saying we should make the playoff. No matter how hard the schedule is, we're Oklahoma. I'm sure they feel slighted being 8th, just like Tennessee probably feels slighted being 7th.
Yeah, I mean, there should be about 6 or 7 teams, maybe even 8 teams that feel like they have a roster, feel like they can get to the college football playoff from the SEC. That's not going to happen. There's going to be some teams left out. We all want the best record possible for Tennessee. We don't want to lose a game. We want to have the perfect season. But beyond that, for me, I'm thinking about just getting to the college football playoff. There's going to be a year where a 9-3 team is going to make it to the playoffs. And there's going to be a year where a 9-3 team is not going to make it to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And this year's the first year of the 12-team playoff, it may be this year, Josh, where a team that's 9-3 gets into the playoff. It may be next year. I don't know. We'll see when the season gets here. But if Tennessee goes 9-3, gets to the playoff, to me, that's just as good as being 10-2 and get to the playoff. If the seeding is the same, as long as you're playing your best at the right time. So I want to win every game. I want the records to be good. I want to have the best record than everybody else in the SEC. But beyond that, it's about getting to the playoffs and making sure that we're playing the right way, our best. We saw the baseball team do that baseball. Like we want to do that in football.
It is funny how that's going to change the feeling. You could potentially also be 10-2 and not make it in. You'd rather be but a 9-3 team that makes it is going to feel better about its season than a 10-2 team that ends up being left out.
Probably unlikely.
Yeah, and I'm not saying
Tennessee.
those happen in the same season, but let's just say this year Tennessee goes 9-3 and slides in as the last at-large bid. But next season it's a lot stronger at the top, and Tennessee goes 10-2 and is left out. 9-3 season is going to feel better, probably, right?
Yeah, it's going to feel better. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So it's a different feeling now with the college football playoff. Before it was, all right, here's the BCS, and it's these 2 teams, and everybody else is out. So you still had a chance to feel good about your season if you went 9-3, if you went to a really good bowl game. Well, that's not anymore. It's about getting to the college football playoff and being one of 12 teams in the country. If you can't be one of the best 12 teams in the country, then your season's a disappointment.
This is the conversation, by the way, that I'm sure Josh Pate and Barrett Salee hate. They are fighting expansion. This is the kind of conversation they hate where we can talk about a 9-3 season feeling better than 10-2.
I understand that. I get it from their perspective. I really do. I do like more football, but I totally get it. You want to see good games. You want great games, and you hate to see blowout games in the first round of the playoffs because you know one team doesn't deserve to be there. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to have a watered-down product. But I would rather have a watered-down product than no product.
That's the other thing with Tennessee. Speaking of blowouts, they should avoid those in the regular season. If you're going to go 9-3 and hope to get in, you better be competitive, I'm sure, in all of those games.
Yeah, like Alabama's L's in 2022. Like, they lost 2 games by 2 plays.
They were walk-off losses.
Yeah. So if you're going to lose, that's how you want to lose. If you're going to be 9-3 and hope to get to the playoffs.
We are getting closer to football happening. We continue here on Josh and Swain and invite you to be a part of the show. Call or text in at 865-656-9900. What do you think about where others see Tennessee? Are you in line? Is it too low? Tennessee picks 7th in the SEC in the predicted order of finish. We'll continue the discussion. Tennessee stays hot on the recruiting trail. We'll get to that as well on Josh and Swain.
Warm weather's here, and it's time to get outside and enjoy the privacy and the comforts of your own backyard, but you don't have a privacy fence. Or perhaps you need to upgrade your fence, as I just recently did with Tennessee Home. When contacting Tennessee Home, you're looking for somebody who is a licensed contractor who has one of the most experienced teams that East Tennessee has to offer. Over 100 yards for me and the new pup, Howie, and I've been satisfied since the final post went in the ground. 865-304-0955. That's 865-304-0955. We're online at TennesseeHome.us.
O'Reilly. Don't miss out on summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select, Select Pro, or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore quality braking and improve stopping performance with parts and advice from the professional parts people. Save money now when you visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1, the Sports Animal.
A.G. Hines Company for all your residential or commercial construction needs. For more than 100 years, the best construction companies in East Tennessee have used their building materials. Earlier this year, A.G. Hines was voted Supplier of the Year by the Associated General Contractors of Tennessee. Great-grandfather Albert Hines opened the doors of their downtown Knoxville location in 1920, where the 4th generation of the Hines family, Anna and Jacob, work. And Alex is part of the operation at their other location in the Tri-Cities. A.G. Hines Company, building materials since anyone can remember.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath.
Marilyn Facer recommends 3-day kitchen and bath.
Working with Dave was an absolute delight. Once everything was scheduled, everything went perfect.
Have you ever had a remodel done before?
About 25 years ago, and it was a nightmare.
Was 3-day kitchen and bath on time?
There was no delays. Everything was on time. All the deadlines were met. Everything came at once.
Would you recommend 3-day kitchen and bath to your friends and neighbors?
I highly recommend them to anybody.
Top quality products and craftsmanship in 3 days or less. Call 3-day kitchen and bath. Always on time as promised, at the price promised, and your job comes with complete satisfaction guarantee. No ifs, ands, or buts. Visit their website at 3daykitchen.com. That's 3daykitchen.com.
3-day kitchen and bath.
Summertime is here, and Saturday, July 27th, first time ever, a limited number of lake lots are being released. 2-acre wooded lots with boat slips from $79.9. Lake cottage package with boat slip only $349.9. Pickleball, pools, new clubhouse, on-site coffee shop, hiking trails, and more. Call for your private tour. Appointments are limited. Celebrate lake life and make memories. Limited property release Saturday, July 27th. Call 865-408-9992 or visit lakelivingtn.com. Memories start here.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Brandon Tierney with the Sports Minute. Since June 15th, the Yankees have played 29 games. They've won 9. Their batting average is .225 over that span. And oh yeah, by the way, they've got Judge, Cole, and Soto in their absolute primes. Time's ticking. Make trades. If not, take the key fob and lock Cashman out of the building forever. I'm BT.
Save on O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner. Get 2 cans of O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner for just $8. Valid in-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Is your vehicle stopping like it should? Does it squeal or grind when you brake? Don't miss out on summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Whether you're facing divorce, injury, or any legal strife has come your way, there's one call to make to Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 at attorney-knoxville.com.
Hour number 2 of Josh and Swain is here. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are listening, however you are listening, on the Sports Animal, on the Sports Monster in the Tri-Cities area. You can watch on YouTube today as well. Tune in at the Sports Animal YouTube channel. Like and subscribe when you stop by. You can also listen on demand anywhere you get your podcasts. Search Josh and Swain on your favorite podcast provider, the WNML app as well. Thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. Got a couple of texts about Tennessee and how it's viewed by the media versus expectations you might have. We want to hear from you at 865-656-9900. Kwame says, I am more bullish on Nico and this team than most of the media seems to be. I'm thinking 10-2. Over the past 10 years or so, top 10 players who start in year 2, especially quarterbacks, light it up. Citing Bryce Young as an example. Bryce Young, year 2 at Alabama, lit it up.
Any more examples?
Well, off the top of my head, so he started actually middle of his freshman year. The example that is always given, I think, is Trevor Lawrence at Clemson. Went in and lit it up pretty quickly. Justin Fields is a transfer, year 2. He did really well right at Ohio State. So those are 5-star quarterbacks that, again, Fields transferred but lit it up pretty quickly.
You know we do this every year, right?
Yeah, every year.
Like we've been doing this for the last 3 years. For sure that whatever the media picked Tennessee to be as a fan base, for the most part, we felt like Tennessee was going to be 10-2.
Be careful with the we on that one.
I'm saying, like, for the most part.
I know.
You know, for the most part. I know there's some people that believe 8-4, 9-3, and that can come down to 1 or 2 plays. Like, that's not crazy to say, okay, well, I can see 8-4, I can see 10-2. I mean, that could be 2 plays.
Very much so.
It really could be. I love the confidence level with Nico and how we kind of maybe disregard how important it is for everybody else to be good too. Like, Hendon was great, but Hendon was great because the offensive line was great. And you had a first-round offensive tackle. And then you had a running back group that was stout. And then you had some dudes on the outside that it was their time. They were in the prime of their college career. And then you had a tight end that you caught at the right time too, in the prime of his career, that finally found his footing and was playing his best football and Princeton Fant, and then you had a Jacob Warren that was experienced. And those two together gave you a passing threat and it gave you a running threat. And then, the defense did what they could do. Byron Young was really, really good. I do think this defense is going to be better than the 22 defense. But, man, we were sawing people down on offense, folks. We were dang near unstoppable for 80% of the season in the regular season. That's insane. Probably even a higher percentage than that.
Yeah, they scored close to 50 a game.
Like, unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're adding in Oklahoma on that schedule. So I do think our defense is going to be better. I am a big believer in Nico. I do think he is special. The question for me is, all right, what about people around Nico? What about people behind that defensive front? Are they going to play at the level they need to play at for this team to be really, really good? Those are my questions.
Yeah, when we talk about depth of the roster, there are some spots that are obviously deeper and create more confidence than others.
Mm-hmm.
The defensive line, they can afford injuries. Like, they could lose James Pierce, as great as he is, and still have guys up front that can be productive. I'm not saying to his level, but the defensive line is incredibly deep.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose one of the top three linebackers, I start to have some immediate concern.
I'll be nervous.
Depending on who goes down at wide receiver, because we're trying to see who emerges, right? We had a text earlier, meant to, asking, hey, can this wide receiver group, can it make a big jump, can it be better? I'm paraphrasing the question without pulling it up. But they could lose a guy. Like last year when Brew went down, big-time trouble. If they lose a player this year, potentially, like if Mike Matthews emerges, there are more answers. Webb and Nimrod are older to where you feel better than a year ago, right? If they deal with injury. If Dylan Sampson gets injured in August, it's going to be a big-time problem.
Yeah, that'd be a huge
potentially.
problem. Yeah, that'd be a huge problem.
So it depends on where we're talking about, and then there's the obvious center position. You gotta have Cooper Mays out there.
The thing about the 22 season is you had some luck on your side from a health standpoint up until Hendon went down.
Right.
Like, you're really healthy there on the offensive line. And I remember Nick Saban years ago was trying to make a case against the up-tempo offenses, citing health. Oh, guys, you don't have more injuries. Not more than the system that you like to play when you first started off as a head coach, where you wanted 18-car pile-up every play. There's more injuries in that scenario than it is spreading everyone out and playing in space. So I think our style of play kind of helped us avoid some of those big injuries on the offensive line. Now, I don't know if it helped us too much last year, even though Cooper Mays' injury wasn't something that happened during the game. But I think if you're healthy on the offensive line, some of it is luck. A lot of it sometimes can be luck. Then you have a chance. But it starts with health. That's the first thing. Last year, Kenny Pili goes out with a torn bicep. I mean, how freakish is that? So if you can stay healthy, and again, a lot of it is luck, this team has a chance to go out and win 10 games. They could do it. I'm not going to sit here and call it, but they can do it.
Second-year quarterbacks recently. So Caleb Williams, he won the Heisman year two, right? At USC.
That's my quarterback.
It's a transfer from Oklahoma.
That's my quarterback.
Now, this goes back a little more than a decade, but he was a redshirt freshman. Jameis Winston helped win a national championship at Florida State and win the Heisman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Now, last year, Drew Aller at Penn State and Cade Klubnik at Clemson didn't quite get the offense where they wanted it to be. Those were top 10 to 15 players overall at quarterback. Okay. So you have some hits. You have some – those aren't bad players, but they're still looking to develop into what they hoped at those particular schools. But that's the kind of class Nico is in terms of where they were ranked coming out. Caleb Williams, who won a Heisman. Trevor Lawrence, who was a national championship winning quarterback very quickly at Clemson. But also some guys that are still trying to work things out. So Tennessee's hoping Nico is in that Trevor, Caleb Williams category.
Dude, I don't have any serious concerns about Nico.
I don't either.
I mean, like the little small stuff. Oh, okay. Bad series. Oh, bad decision here or there. He tried to fit it in. Oh, he has to understand this is the SEC. I know he's playing against his defense each and every day, but they can't hit him. So, but you take some chances in games, and you mess around, and then you find out. After you find out, you make those adjustments. You don't mess up again. You don't make those same mistakes. Like, that's going to happen. But I'm not overly concerned about Nico failing to reach his potential and not playing up to his talents. Like, he's going to do that. Again, I'm just concerned about everybody else.
Yeah, if you can guarantee health for Nico, I would be very surprised if he doesn't have a really good year. Yeah, I'm not worried about him. I'm not concerned about him. I'm not second-guessing him. If he's healthy, he's going to ball out. Yeah, now, high-end potential of what he accomplishes year two, that is a part of this conversation for high-end potential of the team. If it all clicks to become what he's capable of this season, that changes what Tennessee might be able to do. But also, going and expecting 22 Hendon, that's a lot for a first-year full-time starter.
Yeah, I would be expecting that next year from Nico.
Which is fair.
But I expect, and this is going to sound crazy probably, I expect 21 Hendon, who was pretty dang good. Now, I don't know if Nico will be as good as Hendon taking care of the football, because Hendon was great at doing that in 21. But playmaking potential, and when you do turn the ball over, you do have your defense that can make stops, get you the ball back without surrendering a ton of points. So, like, that's where it's great to have that complementary football. And I think that's where this year's defense is going to help complement Nico. I don't think he's going to take care of the ball as good as Hendon, because he was great at doing that. But I kind of see 21 Hendon with first-year starter Nico this year.
In the bowl game, I know it's one game. The playmaking ability with his legs, the natural playmaking ability, that's part of the reason that you can have those expectations too. It's his first game out there, and against a quality, well-coached defense in Iowa, finding a way to get in the end zone.
Well, there's been guys in the past, it could be O-line, D-line, linebacker, whatever, come in as the number one player in the country, a five-star player in the country, and you've been I know I've been a little hesitant to crown them and expect them to come in and just light the world on fire, because I didn't know if they could handle it. Nico can handle it. Like, we don't have to put trainer wheels on Nico. Like, when Nico was a little kid and he decided to ride his bike, here's a bike, Nico. You don't need trainer wheels. Just get on the ride. You okay. You might fall here and there, but you don't need training wheels. Let's not even put them on. He's good. He's special. That's how I view Nico.
By the way, Bryce Young, he was the number one player overall in the country in the 2020 class. Number two in that class, also a quarterback, DJ Uiagalelei.
You trying to call Arch Manning DJ Uiagalelei?
I didn't say anything.
Well, why'd you bring it up? Where you going? Go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish. Don't let me stop you. Go ahead. Finish your point.
I'm going on to the next segment. 865.
Oh, okay.
865-656-9900 is how you can join us as we continue right here on Josh and Swain.
Listening to us on the air. Free. Listening on the app. Free. Listening on our website. Free. No subscription required. Just free sports talk.
Elevate your products today with Native Nursery, now open to contractors and landscapers. We're your one-stop destination, offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping materials. We'll even take your leaves and hardscape waste for a low flat rate. If you are a contractor or landscaper, make Native Nursery your go-to location today.
Call or come by and see Ben and Ted. 865-315-0123 and 3473 Louisville Road. 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road exit.
This is Ken Salyer, General Manager at Cumulus Knoxville. For years, Executive Building Solutions has cleaned our offices and broadcast center. Their owner received the new Sentinel Leadership Award twice, and they have been named top workplace for 5 consecutive years. If your offices or facility are seeking elite customer care and cleanliness, let Executive Building Solutions be your solution to a clean office. Call today, 933-1766. 933-1766.
You're invited to the 5th Annual Dragon Baseball Golf Classic Saturday, August 3rd at Tennessee Centennial Golf Course in Oak Ridge. The $400 team fee includes the 4-person player fee, cart rental, lunch, and T-shirt. There will be trophies, door prizes, hole-in-one giveaways, and more. Sponsored packages are also available to support Clinton Dragons baseball. Saturday, August 3rd at Tennessee Centennial Golf Course in Oak Ridge. For more information and to register, email dragonsbaseball1903@gmail.com.
Calling all Vols. The Atlanta Braves are excited to host University of Tennessee Night at Truist Park on Wednesday, August the 7th, when the Braves take on the Brewers. With the UT Ticket Pack, fans will receive a game ticket and a white co-branded Braves UT 24-ounce tumbler. It's the perfect way to rep your teams who know how to win championships. So head to Atlanta on August 7th and join in the fun. Get your tickets at braves.com/Tennessee. Atlanta Braves baseball. Tennessee is Braves country.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well-tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
Hi, this is Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me, 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, in any location. I buy several houses per month and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying these houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711 with ProSource Home Buyers.
This is VFL Josh Malone, and we're counting it down that it's just
40 days until
It's football time in Tennessee.
This countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. People helping people since 1934.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Corey in the YouTube chat. LSU is my biggest complaint, being above us in the SEC predicted order of finish, as voted by the media last week. I really think Tennessee has a top 5 offense and top 10 to 15 defense, and that we finish top 2 or 3 in the SEC.
That's the goal.
I wonder what the record will have to be to finish top 2 to make it to Atlanta this year. And that's, of course, an SEC record. You could lose non-conference. Like Texas could lose at Michigan and still make it to the SEC title game. That non-conference game not affecting. So, and there's a real chance we're talking about a tiebreaker already in year 1 at 6-2 maybe. Because Georgia, remember, plays at Alabama, at Texas, at Ole Miss. Those are the other 3 teams in the top 4 predicted order of finish. They go to all of those places this season. They have Tennessee coming to Athens, and Georgia will be a big favorite in that game, but that's no easy game as well at home. So, but Corey says top 2 or 3 in the SEC for Tennessee.
2 losses, I think, is the max.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, any more than 2 losses, because it's about the Texas, the Georgia of the world. You can't have 2 teams with a better record than you if you are wanting to play in Atlanta. So you have to expect that Georgia's not going to lose more than 2 games. Texas is a really, really good team. You have to expect that they won't lose more than 2 games. So you can't lose more than 2 games. So 2 losses, I think, is the max if you want to play in Atlanta.
Now, Chip's hanging out in Bulldog country. He claims Atlanta and texted in and said, which is more likely, Georgia going 9-3 or Tennessee going 10-2? Talking to Georgia fans yesterday, they're not sold on Carson Beck and the running back room.
They're not sold on who?
I don't know. That's what Chip says. I'm pretty sold on Carson Beck. He was my pick last week. I was in the vote that took place by Jesse Simonton of who's the top quarterback in the league. I said,
What
Carson
Georgia
Beck.
fan has Chip talked to that's not sold on
Yeah, that's
Carson
the funny
Beck?
thing. Wait, it's Georgia fans that are not sold? I would think that's their guy.
You got to be careful when people say, they saying or some people. It usually means one person said that. You do that trick all the time. Hey, some are saying that, Josh Ward is the best-looking sports talk radio host in Knoxville. One person said that, Josh. That was your wife. Can't say some because one person said that. So Chip probably heard that from one Georgia fan at work in the break room that's half asleep because he stayed up too late last night watching, Georgia highlight videos and came in today and said, I don't know about Carson Beck. I don't know if he's good enough. And Chip is saying that some people are saying. Everyone is saying Carson Beck is the best quarterback in the league. And many feel he's the best quarterback in the country this year. Some other people are saying he's going to be the first #1 overall pick in the NFL draft and the first quarterback off the board. Who is saying that Carson Beck is not going to be really good for Georgia this year or have questions about Georgia? I get the running game. But you just got Travis Etienne, one of the best backs in the country, one of the best backs in the SEC over the last couple of years. Chip, who are you talking to, man? I have to know this.
That's a good question.
I think Chip made it up. I don't trust Chip.
By the way, I don't remember using that trick you just mentioned. In the Jesse Simonton vote of the media last week, Carson Beck got the most votes of who is the best quarterback in the league with 31. The next highest vote getter was Quinn Ewers with 8.
Did you see Carson Beck against us? He was surgical.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't touch him one time, it felt like.
Cole Kublik is quoted, "It's Carson Beck, not even a debate for me. That's an easy one," of who the best quarterback in the SEC is.
I mean, when you have Georgia, Alabama, and Florida, it's tough giving the rival player the praise and the credit. But Carson Beck, he's so much cooler than Stetson Bennett. He was hard to give credit to, but he was a stud too. Carson Beck is a stud. And understand, this is his 4th or 5th year in college. So he is poised. He is experienced. This is just his 2nd year playing as a starter, but dude is ready.
Yeah, waiting his turn, having to beat out Brock Vandegrift, who comes in with all the accolades of a 5-star guy, not transferring out, saying, I'm going to wait my turn and I'm going to try to go win a competition in practice. I don't have many questions about Carson Beck.
He's like Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers. They had to wait multiple years behind really good quarterback play. He plays, and then boom, there's no freshman wall. There's no rookie wall. There's no, he's playing as a rookie. No, he's playing as a first-time starter, but he's been in the league for 3 or 4 years. That's Carson Beck.
2 things. Chip replied, I heard this from 4 people separately at church.
Oh,
and we can't lie at church. That's certainly true. But also he did ask the question, which we went to point 2, which is more likely, Georgia going 9-3 or Tennessee going 10-2?
Tennessee going 10-2.
I think that's my answer as well. That schedule is tough for Georgia, but I don't think they're going 9-3.
3? Yeah, I don't see 3 losses.
They have Clemson as an opener. I think they're going to win that one. That game is in Atlanta.
So it's a home game for Georgia.
Mm-hmm. They go to Kentucky September 14th. I'm going to pick Georgia.
Okay.
They play in Tuscaloosa with 2 weeks to get ready for that game, September 28th.
You can call that an L. Let's call it an L. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but hey, let's say Alabama beats Georgia.
That's Tennessee's off week, by the way. So schedule's clear if you want to watch that one. They play Auburn at home. They're going to win that game. If it were at Auburn, I'd say, whoa.
Hey, Auburn's a hard place to play.
No doubt.
It's honestly the most underrated stadium in the SEC.
Yeah. It is tough. It was tough on Georgia last year when they went there.
It's
it was tough on Alabama at the very end of the season.
It's
very
very
difficult.
tough. Yep.
But Auburn's at home. Mississippi State's at home. Then they play Texas. So 4 straight games at Bama, Auburn, Mississippi State, at Texas.
That's going to be tough at Texas.
It is. Now, Texas hosting that game will be coming off the Oklahoma game. That's a huge game in Dallas. So that's a toss-up, I think. 2 weeks to get ready for Florida, W. At Ole Miss the next week. Tennessee at home the next week. UMass, Georgia Tech. I think 10-2 is very realistic for Georgia. But if they're 10-2, they're definitely a playoff team. Maybe in the SEC title game, we'll see. I think Tennessee going 10-2 is more likely than Georgia going 9-3, is my answer.
Do you remember that Georgia Ole Miss game from last year?
Yeah, I do.
Georgia violated Ole Miss. Ole Miss won't beat Georgia, man. I'm sorry. I just don't see that happening. And I understand they got the transfers in. I'm sorry. I don't see it happening. But if it does, I'll be cool with that. I'll take a Georgia going 9-3. Cool. And I think it's awesome that Georgia fans, according to Chip, because it happened in church, and he's telling the truth since it happened in church.
Confirmed.
It would be great if they went 9-3. And I like that they're shaking in their boots a little bit.
Is this something you can be an OC? But Zach texted in. I started my college football 25 as UT's offensive coordinator. It had Georgia starting 1-2. Couldn't stop laughing. They lose to Clemson and Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
Is the foundation crumbling under Kirby?
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Public service announcement for Tennessee fans.
Yeah.
Do not post yourself playing the video game as Tennessee and beating a team that Tennessee did not beat the previous year. You're going to get made fun of. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. It's just not a good look.
Yeah, you're kind of opening yourself up.
Don't be on there, oh, man, beating Georgia down. Yeah. That's a layup for Georgia fans to go, oh, why didn't you do it in real life? Don't do it. Because we would do the same thing to a Kentucky fan that posted themselves playing Tennessee and beating Tennessee.
You're right.
We would do the same thing.
Can you project ahead? Can you do that with Oklahoma, for example? Tennessee beating up on Oklahoma.
You can do that.
Okay. Because you're so far gone from the 15 loss.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. But please, folks, EA Sports gamers, do not post Georgia, Missouri, Alabama. Don't post those, okay? Please don't.
Yeah, don't go standing on video game business with a win against Missouri. Just let that one be where it is.
Please don't. I ain't saying you can't play against them.
Sure.
Beat them down. Get revenge. Play them 10 times. Beat them down on all 10. Go for it on 4th down. Keep the A team in all day. Just don't post it online. Just keep it to yourself.
Can we get an office game? Like our young folks here who are playing the game. I don't think Charlie and Riley have gone to bed in the last week. Can't they bring their system in?
No, man. They got work to do. They got time to be doing it.
Landon has it. All right. Landon down. Okay, we'll see if we can find a copy.
He got work to do. You got to bring the people what
That's
they
right,
want.
It's back to the audience.
Yeah, man. It's about the audience.
Well, social content. I want you beating NC State and then posting the video to celebrate over Dave Doran.
I will not be doing that. That's expected.
Yeah, there's also a level like you can't drop down, right? You can't be trash talking Kentucky unless maybe you hang 50 on them, say just like real life, something like that.
Yeah, definitely do that.
So you
definitely do that.
Don't expose yourself. I guess that can be using
for different ways.
But don't drop down a level either.
No, you can't do that, man.
Yeah, so in the game, you can start out as an OC, a DC, or the head coach, and then move up in positions, I guess, in the dynasty mode.
But if you start off as OC, that means you're going to be coaching a different team besides Tennessee. Why would you want to do that? What kind of fan are you? You're a fake fan. You
Well, unless you be a lifer and you just stick it out for 20 seasons as the offensive
Well, if you do that, you need to go to Chip's church and ask for forgiveness. That's what you need to do.
Chip's church, they only speak the truth.
That's right.
Georgia fans are scared heading into the 2024 season. We'll come back, 865-656-9900, as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animal's biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of Sports Animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly Sports Animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
Hey, Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Xander Schauffele won his second major of the season after shooting a 6-under-65 on Sunday at Royal Troon to capture the Open Championship. Schauffele won his first major earlier this year when he won the PGA Championship 2 months ago. He becomes the first man in 10 years to win both the PGA Championship and the Open in the same year. Major League Baseball games for your Monday evening at 6:40. The Guardians host the Tigers. The Mets visit the Marlins. Pirates take on the Cardinals. Braves welcome the Reds at 7:20. Phillies visit the Twins at 7:40. Just after 8 o'clock, the White Sox visit the Rangers. The Cubs welcome the Brewers. The Royals take on the Diamondbacks. Red Sox visit the Rockies at 8:40. At 9:40, the Angels visit the Mariners. The A's host the Astros. Dodgers take on the Giants at 10 o'clock. And LeBron James has been voted by his fellow Olympians to be Team USA's flag bearer at the opening ceremony in Paris on Friday. This will be LeBron's fourth Olympic Games. He is a two-time Olympic gold medalist. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Summertime is here, and Saturday, July 27th, first time ever, a limited number of lake lots are being released. 2-acre wooded lots with boat slips from $79.9. Lake cottage package with boat slip only $349.9. Pickleball, pools, new clubhouse, on-site coffee shop, hiking trails, and more. Call for your private tour. Appointments are limited. Celebrate lake life and make memories. Limited property release Saturday, July 27th. Call 865-408-9992 or visit lakelivingtn.com. Memories start here.
You are losing money if you do not add a deck before you sell your home. That's why you need to call James Anthony, 304-0955. You can also see what you can do online. That's at TennesseeHome.us. We're talking 20 years of experience and not just squares and rectangles. If you're looking for somebody who can bring customization to your home, call James Anthony at Tennessee Home, 304-0955, 304-0955, or TennesseeHome.us.
It's our first Christmas in July sale. Hi, I'm not Danny Overby with Kimball's Jewelers because Danny's in full elf mode getting things ready. So come shop at Kimball's July 19th through the 27th and buy all those Christmas gifts now and enjoy a stress-free holiday while everyone else is out shopping in December. We will be wrapping all your gifts for free and they will be ready to go under the tree come Christmas. It's our last sale before the holidays, so shop with us during our Christmas in July sale, July 19th through the 27th. Kimball's Jewelers on top of Bearden Hill and online at kimballsjewelers.com.
This is Ken Salyer, General Manager at Cumulus Knoxville. For years, Executive Building Solutions has cleaned our offices and broadcast center. Their owner received the new Sentinel Leadership Award twice, and they have been named top workplace for 5 consecutive years. If your offices or facility are seeking elite customer care and cleanliness, let Executive Building Solutions be your solution to a clean office. Call today, 933-1766. 933-1766.
This weekend, Fraser's is having a flooring frenzy.
Frasers, I like your style.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Fraser with Fraser's Carpet One. And you don't want to miss our massive sale on all in-stock floor coverings. For a very limited time, if it's in stock, it's on sale. During Fraser's Flooring Frenzy, you can get carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, and more for up to 50% off. For over 65 years, Fraser's has given East Tennessee beautiful floors, always at great prices. And this blowout sale is your chance to get the floors you've dreamed of, with no money down and free financing for an entire year. Finally, fix your floors during Fraser's Flooring Frenzy. It's fabulous. Call Fraser's today at 546-4850 for a free in-home estimate and in-home shopping.
Frasier's, Frasier's, Frasier's. I like your style.
Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Fraser's.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry Bragg provides the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods and no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses a team approach, creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plan, supplements, and support. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
This has been a paid announcement.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
This report is sponsored by Russell's Pest Control. Say goodbye to pests with Russell's Pest Control. They offer reliable long-term pest control solutions for your Knoxville home or business to keep you, your family, and employees safe from pests year-round. Call or visit russellspest.com today to schedule your free inspection.
Rain coverage begins to increase as we head throughout the rest of our Monday afternoon and evening, with scattered showers and storms beginning to bubble up as we add a little bit of daytime heating. High temperatures on this Monday topping out around 86 degrees. For that afternoon and evening commute, expect some showers and storms. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, meteorologist Jacob Durham.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com. Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. East Tennessee, born and raised. If you're facing legal troubles, make the call to East Tennessee's local law firm, Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group. Call 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Everything is more expensive than ever before. Well, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. Always. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Thank you for being with us on Josh and Swain this afternoon. VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. I'm Josh Ward. You can join us at 865-656-9900. Swain, tell me what's happening around the SEC, because David, tuning in down in Alabama, which we appreciate, said, speaking of fans not having confidence in their quarterback, I'm a UT fan but live in Alabama and work with the public daily. I've yet to hear a Bama fan say they have confidence in Jalen Milroe.
You know, they're not that smart, right? Josh, they're not that smart.
So the Georgia one was kind of tough to explain. The Alabama one, you're not struggling to come to a conclusion.
Jalen Milroe carried your team to the college football playoff and would have beaten Michigan if it wasn't for a botched assignment offensively. Like, Jalen Milroe was about to win that game for them. I know Nick Saban has a statue. I know that Nick Saban is going to get the field named after him. But don't you think Nick Saban should have had an offensive coordinator that built the offense around Jalen Milroe a little sooner during that season? Listen, Saban is a GOAT. I get it. He ain't perfect. But when once they started to build the offense around him, he started having more success. Why would you doubt Jalen Milroe? Out of everyone on that football team, he was awesome down the stretch. After Nick Saban benched him and realized, oh, I don't have anybody better, and rolled with him and tailored the offense towards him, he was better. I can't believe I have to do this. I feel like I'm talking to Tyler.
Corey in Lenore City texted in, I hate Alabama as much as the next guy, but Milroe is an absolute stud.
He's a stud.
Yeah, I
told you they ain't smart, man. They ain't smart. I saw them down there the last couple of days, man. They ain't that smart. I was avoiding them at all costs.
Did you slow down your speech a little bit? Trying to
Well,
help them keep up?
it's kind of hard to avoid them. I have some Bama fans in my family, so I throw out. I saw a Bama mask in the house. I throw that in the trash can. Throw it away, man. So yeah, they're not that smart. This is not new, so you have to just disregard comments like that.
Robbie asked this. This was maybe the question I meant to get to. Swain, do you think people are underestimating our wide receivers this season?
Yes, I'm underestimating the wide receivers this season.
Okay. You have questions that they need to answer on the field.
Yeah, if you take what I'm saying about the wide receiver and you compare it to what most Tennessee fans are saying about the Tennessee wide receivers, you're probably going to think I'm underestimating them. Because last year wasn't a great year for the group. And this year, you brought in another transfer in Chris Brazzell, and you brought in 2 youngsters, and then you have Brew coming off a major injury. Well, you have to go prove it first. Once they do that, then I would feel better. But right now, I'm underestimating them right now. And I'm doing that because I'm not working with them. I'm not training with them. I'm not in the meeting rooms with them. I don't know what they're doing 24/7. Kelsey Pope has a better understanding. Once we see them in live action, some scrimmages, once we see them in the game, then we can adjust, our opinion on them. But I can only go on what I saw last. And that was a receiver group that really did not help Joe Milton. Joe Milton didn't help them either. So, yeah, it's okay. It's okay to underestimate them. I remember being part of the 2005 team, and our receivers was terrible. We were god-awful. We failed to reach expectations. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves. This is why Cedric Wilson came and cussed out the whole group. We deserved it. He didn't say anything to me, though.
I was waiting.
He did. I just need to let you know that. But he cussed the whole group out. But that motivated us. That challenged us. And we were better the next year. That's what this group needs to do. But they need to know the truth. I ain't going to lie to them. It wasn't good last year. Got to get better.
You haven't gone over there and done a Cedric Wilson, have you?
Mm-mm. I don't need to do that. They know what they need to do. That's not in my. I wouldn't do that today.
Did you bring up the Cedric Wilson reference a moment ago to make a point about this year's receiver group, or to point out that Cedric didn't criticize you, just the other wide receivers?
I was part of the group. I played that season. I said we stunk it up.
Okay.
But I also mentioned that Wilson did not cuss me out. But he talked about us as a group. The group, and I felt responsible as well for our failures there in 05. Our coach got fired. I felt guilty because of that. But he didn't cuss me out. He wasn't talking to me.
At the end of that, when Cedric left the room, did the receivers, your fellow teammates, say, man, we really got the business there? Did you say, we?
We? I was like, Uncle Phil. We? He talking about we? We. Yeah. Okay.
They need to be better this year. Chris Brazzell's, he's the guy that's getting a lot of talk, by the way. Jim Nagy brought him up last week. from the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, this I thought this was wide receiver U. I thought we just had a Blitnikoff winner.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a Blitnikoff winner. Call yourself wide receiver U, and then have that performance last year and tippy-toe around the truth. The truth is the truth. It wasn't good enough. It has to be better. So nobody's going to tell it. I'll tell it.
So to answer Robbie's question, yes, people are underestimating the wide receivers right now.
Yes.
Jason Swain included.
Yeah.
We'll come back, 865-656-9900 for you to join us. We still have an attaboy to hand out this afternoon. Hear from Todd Helton with his shout-out to the University of Tennessee and people at UT who helped him, and recruiting. It's hot, and it might heat up even more moving forward with Josh Heupel and Tennessee football on the recruiting trail. We'll continue. A lot to get to. Stay with us right here on Josh and Swain.
The largest selection of timeless Cadillacs in over 5 years is waiting for you at Cadillac of Knoxville, where you'll get as low as 1.9% financing on select new Cadillac models. And our inventory has never been better with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Visit Cadillac of Knoxville or shop CadillacofKnoxville.com. Well-qualified buyers, when financed with Cadillac Financial, monthly payment is $29.04 for every $1,000 you finance. Some customers will not qualify. End 7/31.
Nashville, listen up. Atlanta Braves Kids Club members now have the option to purchase an exclusive Kids Club kit of Braves merchandise so they can rep the Braves wherever they are. The kit includes a Matt Olson t-shirt, a headband, sunglasses, a drawstring bag, a lanyard, and a member badge. The kit is a perfect gift for your kids, nieces, nephews, or any little Braves fan in your life. Visit Braves.com/Kids Club today to purchase the new Kids Club kit. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
This weekend, Frasier's is having a flooring frenzy.
Frasier's, I like your style.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frasier's Carpet One. And you don't want to miss our massive sale on all in-stock floor coverings. For a very limited time, if it's in stock, it's on sale. During Frasier's Flooring Frenzy, you can get carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, and more for up to 50% off. For over 65 years, Frasier's has given East Tennessee beautiful floors, always at great prices. And this blowout sale is your chance to get the floors you've dreamed of, with no money down and free financing for an entire year. Finally, fix your floors during Frasier's Flooring Frenzy. It's fabulous. Call Frasier's today at 546-4850 for a free in-home estimate and in-home shopping.
Frasier's, I like your style.
Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frasier's.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Summertime is here, and Saturday, July 27th, first time ever, a limited number of lake lots are being released. 2-acre wooded lots with boat slips from $79.9. Lake cottage package with boat slip only $349.9. Pickleball, pools, new clubhouse, on-site coffee shop, hiking trails, and more. Call for your private tour. Appointments are limited. Celebrate lake life and make memories. Limited property release Saturday, July 27th. Call 865-408-9992 or visit lakelivingtn.com. Memories start here.
Why is Purple Wave Auction the fastest growing heavy equipment marketplace? Our full service online auctions take the hassle out of buying and selling farm, construction, and fleet equipment. Thousands of business owners partner with Purple Wave each month to manage their equipment. Sellers count on our experienced professionals to handle the marketing, paperwork, and payments. And bidders trust in a marketplace free of reserves and hidden fees. Purple Wave is the turnkey online auction service you've been looking for. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. With you for another hour plus coming up. We're here until 3 o'clock on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster. Swain, congratulations to VFL Todd Helton, who is a proud Tennessee Vol. A VFL both from the baseball side and football side. He had the Power T on his jacket yesterday as he was being enshrined into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Gave a great speech. He kind of led off saying, "This is not my area of comfort. I'm a ball player." But I thought delivered a great speech. Thanked a lot of people along the way. And that included some people that he connected with at Tennessee. Tells a story here as well. So here's a couple of minutes. This is Todd Helton as he's going into the Baseball Hall of Fame, making sure that Tennessee is represented as well.
Coach David Cutcliffe was my quarterback coach at the University of Tennessee. Coach Cut always added some baseball words of wisdom for me on our weekly quarterback tests. One simple one-liner that stuck with me through the years was, "Don't be a dirt kicker." Thank you, Cut. Even though I wanted to, at times, I made sure I kept my frustrations off the field and out of sight. I will say, being the quarterback sandwiched between Heath Schuler and Peyton made my decision to pursue baseball easier. And I knew I wasn't big-time quarterback material when I was called into the game in the Rose Bowl against UCLA. Before running onto the field, I first had to ditch the half-eaten ham sandwich and a bag of M&Ms out of my helmet. It's a pretty good sign. So I do not get recognized in Knoxville like I do in Denver. But every so often, I'll get, "Are you Todd Helton? Weren't you a quarterback for the Vols?" I'm like, I just want to throw up my hands and say, yes, but I played a little baseball since then. Coach Bill Mosiello was my hitting coach at UT when I played there. We have been friends for 32 years. I can honestly say that Coach Mo was the best hitting coach I had next to my dad. I'd also like to recognize the best head college coach today, Coach Tony Vitello and the national champion Tennessee Volunteers.
Sure, Tony Vitello loved that. Getting a shout out at the Baseball Hall of Fame, not a bad spot to be. And he was up there to celebrate Todd in Cooperstown. So he is a Hall of Famer officially, much deserved, had a wonderful career, was a terrific athlete, as many people here know. He did play football. He did play a little baseball as well. And the Tennessee football helmet is represented up there with his enshrinement. So congratulations to Todd Helton. Thought it was a great speech he delivered.
You know, as a Tennessee fan, as an alum, it's really awesome to hear Todd Helton talk about his love for Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that makes us feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And, you know, people always is what makes the institution special. And he mentioned those people that made it special for him. Another thing that stood out was David Cutcliffe's use of the term dirt kicker. That's a term that he used to use with us. You know, don't pout. Don't let everyone know that you're frustrated. Don't kick dirt. Don't let people know. Keep it to yourself. And that was a really, really good message that he told us. But I thought he just came up with it. He used it for 30-plus years.
Well, if it had worked,
yeah,
why get away from
it? Exactly. So it was just cool to hear Todd Helton just really show his love for Tennessee. And I'm pretty sure Tony Vitello is really appreciative, making his job easier to recruit.
Well, think about that, too. So Todd Helton, he's the GOAT from Tennessee baseball,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just the second SEC player to go into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Frank Thomas from Auburn
Yep.
is the other. But Todd Helton in baseball, Peyton Manning in football, and there are other greats. I mean, we can talk about Shamikwa, Candace, Tamika, all the greatness that they have. But think about how much love they show to Tennessee years beyond playing at the university. I think that's pretty cool, too.
I think that's real cool. You know, Peyton Manning either playing Rocky Top or wearing orange or talking about Tennessee, you're going to know that he loves Tennessee. Candace Parker, same. Now Todd Helton. Now, we got to get Bernard King on board a little bit more, but he loves Tennessee as well, too. It's just a little different, but he's GOAT in basketball.
Sure, and Allen Houston, who's probably right
Oh,
behind.
yeah.
I know there was some time that was a little bit difficult, but since then he shows all the love that he
Loves
can
Tennessee.
for the University of Tennessee. So very cool to see Todd Helton go into the Hall of Fame, and I know the appreciation went both ways, Todd Helton and the University of Tennessee. We'll come back for one more hour, 865-656-9900 to join us as we continue right here on Josh and Swain.
It's kickoff time, and Believe podcasts are here to get you ready for the season.
He wanted to change the culture, and he wanted me to be a part of that.
With Believe, you get immediate reactions, game previews, and expert analysis from all 32 teams, plus all of your favorite college teams.
He's just rare in just about everything he does.
Sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone.
This was good for everybody.
Just search Believe. That's BLEAV podcast, wherever you listen.
Hey, this is Josh. I want to tell you about Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center, where my family has a membership. It's right off Kingston Pike from Pellissippi Parkway. Great location, easy to get to from a number of different areas in town. We go to Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center to take the kids swimming. They love to go swimming. We can go 12 months out of the year thanks to the access we have with the indoor pool. They also have the outdoor pool that is open here during the summer months. We have access to complimentary child care, which helps us if my wife and I need to get a workout in. Kids have a place to go play at Kid City while we do the workout. They have whatever you need for your fitness goals, including about 85 group fitness classes that take place every single week. Personal training is available if you need that. They have, I mentioned the swimming pools, but indoor and outdoor tennis, racquetball courts, an indoor basketball court, pickleball, different sports programs that you can take part in as well. Plus, no long-term contracts. Everything is month to month. Stop by, tell them the Sports Animal sent you. Check them out, Kingston Pike, right off Pellissippi Parkway at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement.
Unlock the life and longevity you deserve with Marble City Family Chiropractic. If you're experiencing chronic or acute pain, Marble City Family Chiropractic can help. They now offer MLS cold laser treatments, which promote cellular growth, regeneration, and healing. It's ideal for patients with arthritis, neck and back injuries, herniated discs, knee conditions, bursitis, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. The effects are long-lasting, and the treatment is painless. To schedule your appointment, call 766-2081 or visit MarbleCityChiropractic.com.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, or anything for the floor, Frazier's is the name to trust. My great-grandfather Frazier started our flooring business in 1953, and the Frazier family has been proudly covering all of East Tennessee's flooring needs for the more than 70 years since. And you don't stay in business that long without offering value. Frazier's big in-stock selection means buying power muscle, and we pass those savings on to you. Plus, no money down and free financing for 18 months. Only at Frazier's. Call us today, 546-4850, and we'll come to you with free in-home estimates. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman, and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy, and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store, well, we'll even tuck you in.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website, 99.1thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Jim Rome with a Sports Minute, sponsored by Wrangler. It's Wrangler season out there. Open roads, endless horizons. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles. Why don't we take a couple of seconds and talk about Team USA in basketball? Because 2 seconds ago, everybody was comparing the talent on this team to the 92 Dream Team. Now, I'm about to talk about barely surviving South Sudan. I'm Jim Rome.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise.
No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Always find what you love at Total Wine & More. With so many bottles to choose from at the lowest price, it's easy to find your favorite Cabernet or a new single-barrel bourbon to try. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine & More. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly, B21.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Rebuild your family, regain your freedom, renew your life. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008. And attorney-knoxville.com.
Back on Josh and Swain, we begin hour number 3. Thank you for being with us. Had a busy Monday afternoon here, Jason Swain, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. Talking SEC media predictions, other fan bases not believing in their own players. Dylan Sampson, our top Tennessee snubbed player from the preseason All-SEC teams, and recruiting to get to here coming up. A lot going on.
Yo, Josh Heupel and company tearing it up in recruiting. I mean, it was known that recruiting needed to take a step closer to the Georgias and the Ohio States. They've done that over the last couple of months. We've seen that. We've seen this staff squeeze every juice they possibly could out of the 22 team, but still come up short. And Heupel's not in this to get close. He's in this to win a championship. Well, it's pretty clear what you have to do. You have to get more talent, more depth. You have to turn it up a notch in recruiting, and that's what they're doing. You can see it.
If you look at the team rankings right now for the 2025 class, the On3 industry ranking has Tennessee number 12. The 24/7 Sports Recruiting team rankings have Tennessee number 10. So number 10 ranking by 247, number 12 by On3. Again, those are industry rankings in each service, a little bit different in how they compile using the different sites, Rivals and ESPN included. Tennessee picked up linebacker Christian Gass this past weekend. Georgia made a strong run at Gass at linebacker across the different sites. The analysts nationally have said that is a big get for Tennessee. He follows Travis Smith's commitment from a week before in the Atlanta area, 4-star wide receiver, with a lot of anticipation that this upcoming weekend, as both a birthday gift to himself and for you, Shady Hayward, trending toward Tennessee. Has to happen first, but this upcoming Saturday, everybody get your gifts ready for Swain and Shady, I guess. So Shady Hayward.
Just give the Shady, man. It's legal now.
I think that's true. Shady Hayward expected to announce on Saturday with Tennessee trending. Onus Cannonbody is a 4-star cornerback with Tennessee trending there. There is a lot of smoke out there with Desan Brame, a 4-star tight end who committed to Oregon in late June, with Tennessee the runner-up at the time, that Tennessee could flip him. So you and I did the show together that Friday going into the announcement, and we talked about on the show without saying his name that we thought Tennessee would pick somebody up that weekend. He ended up announcing on Saturday to Oregon. On Monday, I got the question, hey, didn't you say you thought Tennessee could get somebody? Because Marion Dye had committed that Friday, 4-star edge. And I said, yeah, I thought they were going to get Brame. Turned out they didn't. But I still think there's a good chance they can get Brame. So there's a lot of anticipation there with him. And then 5-star offensive tackle David Sanders is scheduled to announce August 17th.
Yeah, he's underrated.
I think that's probably true.
They're not talking about him enough. That's for sure.
I think Tennessee is talking pretty confidently.
No, heck yeah,
So
man.
Perfect worlds don't always come together, and even if they commit to Tennessee, you still have to continue to recruit them. But, Swain, if Tennessee were to land the players that they are currently trending for, Shady Hayward, Onis Cannonbonny, tight end Desan Brame, and then David Sanders Jr., that is 3 4-star players and a 5-star offensive tackle. That would be quite a haul to add to the group that is already impressive with a top 10 to 12 ranking looking at the different services.
Yeah, I mean, for the stargazers, you're going to love that, because if Tennessee is able to seal the deal with those names you just mentioned, we're talking about a top 10 class, possibly a top 7, depending on what other teams do during that same time frame, maybe even higher. But you can, like I said before, you can tell there's been an uptick in the recruiting. We've turned it up a notch. It may not feel like it when you look at the rankings being a top 12 team, because we finished in that range, it seems like a little bit more than we wanted to over the last couple of years. But I don't think Tennessee's going to finish there, not with this class. Too much momentum.
We often talk about you want to beat out Bama and Georgia for players because you're going to face those schools. Getting Brame would be a little bit underrated. He's a tight end. He's one player. But I think with Dan Lanning, Oregon's going to be a playoff team. That's where Tennessee plans to be.
You know, many people are saying, Josh, that Kirby is the new Nick Saban and Dan Lanning is the new Kirby Smart.
Oh, I like that.
I saw that. I did see that from many people. He was one, but hey, I understand the comparison. Dan Lanning is coming. He's special.
I agree. They currently have a top 5 class with the rankings.
And there's coaches that breathe, eat, sleep recruiting. They eat it up. There's some coaches, they don't really want to recruit. They just want to coach ball. And those are the coaches who have subpar years. They never really reach their max potential. But the coaches that want to do both, the coaches that eat it up when they were assistant coaches and they still have that same hunger when they are head coaches, those are the coaches who are going to have all the talent and that will be winning and competing for championships at the end. That's Dan Lanning. That's him. You heard Nick Saban during SEC Media Days when he talked about how he tried to hire Dan Lanning back to Alabama after giving him an opportunity, but Kirby beat him to the punch. He's special, man. So to be able to flip a player from Oregon now is different than flipping them 5 years ago. Like, it means something. I know we don't play Oregon, but Dan Lanning is one of the best recruiting head coaches in the country. He's top 3.
He's going to have big-time
And
talent.
he ain't 3.
He's going to have the resources to get him.
Yep, for sure. So that would be huge if Tennessee's able to flip somebody from Oregon.
So if you've only seen one person say that, and I guess you technically said it on the show, that's pretty good. I might steal that Kirby's the new Saban and Lanning's the new Kirby.
Well, everyone feels like Kirby is the new Saban.
Yeah, that part I've heard a lot.
But I don't see anyone else being the next Kirby.
There are only 3 coaches currently, head coaches, that have national titles. Kirby, Dabo, Mac Brown. And Mac's title is from nearly 20 years ago at Texas. So that hierarchy of coaches, those spots are up for grabs because even Dabo right now is kind of a tricky spot. with where Clemson is.
Well, Dan Lanning is that young defensive coordinator that's fiery. That's the comparison between him and Kirby Smart. I don't know if Kirby started kind of low on the totem pole like Dan Lanning did, working himself up, but I do see the similarities.
So if you go through the recruiting rankings, because I think this would go in line with what we're talking about, okay, who are the next coaches that have a chance to be in that category? There's Ryan Day at Ohio State. They've been really good. They want to win a national title there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he needs to do that to, I think, be officially in that class. Dan Lanning still needs to win a title, but he's not been there quite as long. He's done very well. Mike Elko's in year 1 at Texas A&M. I'm going straight through the recruiting rankings. Mike Elko at Texas A&M. We'll see what he can do there. Freeman at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's getting a lot of love. By the way, those two teams play in week 1, Notre Dame and A&M. Miami and Cristobal, big year for him. Florida State and Mike Norvell, he has an opportunity. Then you have Brent Venables at Oklahoma. Josh Heupel at Tennessee. Heupel will have that opportunity in the next couple of years. If he can win, if he can get Tennessee to the playoff, he will move up. Those summer coach rankings that come out, he's probably behind a few coaches that even he would say, yeah, I should be higher up on that list. Not that he's going to comment publicly, but I'm sure he has belief in himself that he belongs in a higher tier.
100%, he should. He should.
He'll have a chance in the next year or two because those spots are up for grabs right now in college football.
And the reason why he's not higher on that list is because he's new. No, he's new, and although he coached at Central Florida, he inherited a program that was undefeated, and then inherited a program here at Tennessee that was behind the 8 ball from a scholarship standpoint, and he did more with less. But all the other guys that you're comparing him to, they just coached longer. They have more time under their belt as a head coach than Heupel. But he's coming.
And then a coach I didn't mention, because Texas wasn't there yet, they're going to move up in the recruiting rankings. Steve Sarkisian, what they did last year, he's moved up in the rankings.
Yeah, he was successful at Washington, and then, he had a little bit of success at USC before things kind of fell apart, the personal issues. But then what he's done at Texas, like, you look at the last couple of coaches Texas had. They took coaches that were at the peak, that were at the top of their game. Herman at Houston, Charlie Strong at Louisville, and they just failed at Texas. That's not Sarkisian. He has made them better. He is what Texas thought they were going to get in Strong and Herman. So he belongs really, really high. He'll probably be the next former Saban assistant that wins a championship.
Number 1 in the recruiting rankings right now, at least by on 3. Number 2 on 24/7 is Alabama.
How? I know how. I want to see what you're going to say. I know how. Saban ain't the head coach, but Alabama's like, oh, y'all want to play NIL game? Oh, we can play that game. We got money. We've been waiting to spend it. We didn't have to spend it before. Now we have to, but we can.
And that's what Tennessee's trying to keep up with. So right now the recruiting momentum following Travis Hunter a week ago, 4-star wide receiver, and this past weekend linebacker Christian Gass, another 4-star, with Tennessee trending for Shady Hayward and Onis Cannonbody in the secondary, tight end Desan Brame, who's committed to Oregon. But right now I think there's more momentum with Tennessee than the school he's committed to. And then August 17th, the scheduled announcement for 5-star offensive tackle David Sanders Jr. The next 4 weeks, very big for Tennessee with how the 2025 class will go. It's been a good summer so far for Tennessee on the recruiting trail. You can join us. Call or text in at 865-656-9900 as we continue for another 45 minutes on this Monday afternoon on Josh and Swain.
Driven in the air towards left. Down the line it goes. Looking up. That ball is into the bullpen, and that's a leadoff home run for Christian Moore.
Your station for the Tennessee Volunteers. 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Spring is here, and you're probably flipping through the television channels watching all the home improvement shows, right? Because you want to make your outdoor space look the absolute best. First phone call needs to be the Tennessee Home to my friend James Anthony. 304-0955. 20 years of experience, and how many fencing contractors in town can also turn around and build you the perfect deck for you to start making memories all throughout the spring and summer. James Anthony, the only phone call you need to make is the Tennessee Home. 304-0955 or TennesseeHome.us.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over, and if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
The largest selection of timeless Cadillacs in over 5 years is waiting for you at Cadillac of Knoxville, where you'll get as low as 1.9% financing on select new Cadillac models. And our inventory has never been better with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Visit Cadillac of Knoxville or shop CadillacofKnoxville.com. Well-qualified buyers when financed with Cadillac Financial, monthly payment is $29.04 for every $1,000 you finance. Some customers will not qualify in 731.
Time to work smarter, not harder, with a household membership at the Y. While you lift, run, or join a group fitness class, your kids can take swim lessons or start developing healthy habits of their own in youth fitness classes. The Y offers something for everyone in the family with free kids programs for Y members, state-of-the-art fitness equipment for you, and motivating wellness coaches to help you reach your goals. Make workout time family time at the Y. Join online at ymcaknoxville.org.
It's our first Christmas in July sale. Hi, I'm not Danny Overby with Kimball's Jewelers because Danny's in full elf mode getting things ready. So come shop at Kimball's July 19th through the 27th and buy all those Christmas gifts now and enjoy a stress-free holiday while everyone else is out shopping in December. We will be wrapping all your gifts for free and they will be ready to go under the tree come Christmas. It's our last sale before the holidays, so shop with us during our Christmas in July sale, July 19th through the 27th. Kimball's Jewelers on top of Bearden Hill and online at kimballsjewelers.com.
Hi, this is Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me, 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and any location. I buy several houses per month and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying these houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711 with ProSource Home Buyers.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1, the sports animal proves it. Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Find us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Same handle, at Josh and Swain. Love for you to follow us there. Connect with us anytime. You can text in at 865-656-9900. That's how you can be a part of the show. Call or text in 865-656-9900. Linda sent us a photo a little bit ago after we played some of the Todd Helton speech. Her son-in-law and grandson up in Cooperstown, photo with the memorabilia and the jersey of Todd Helton. That's really cool to see.
Tennessee fans are everywhere.
Everywhere.
So cool. How about Coach Chop and what he's doing on the recruiting trail? We had a last segment about where Tennessee is as far as position with some of the 4- and 5-star recruits. Coach Chop is a big reason why. And Gass, the Georgia linebacker, talked about how important Coach Chop was in his recruitment. So when this class is a top 5 or top 7, top 8 class, and it's obvious that we've taken that next jump from previous years, big reason for that is Coach Chop. Like, Coach Chop is having a Brian Niedermeyer type of effect on this class, because it's hard sometimes to identify one coach that has done a better job than everyone else. And it's not to throw any coaches under the bus, but you're just highlighting one coach doing an extraordinary job. That was Brian Niedermeyer when he was here. I understand he got in trouble and all that good stuff, whatever. But like Coach Chop, what he's doing right now, it's Brian Niedermeyer-esque to where he's standing out.
I think he's starting to get more attention from Tennessee fans for the work that he's put into, because they see quotes and recognition from recruits for the impact he's making with what Tennessee's doing on the trail.
Yeah, they're about a year too late. I'm not saying they're too late. I'm sorry, I should have said that. They're a year late on that recognition, because Coach Chop has been putting in work like this longer than just, a couple of months. He's been doing it for a year or so.
Yeah, Lavorne Harbin, his name is defensive analyst.
Yep.
His official title or role with Tennessee football.
Yeah, and I'm probably shortchanging him by saying a year. I mean, it's been more than that. We're just seeing more fruits of his labor. But he's been putting in work for a long time, and whenever Rodney Garner steps down, I think it's an obvious move right there for Heupel to put him in as the replacement. I don't want to cause an issue, but you look at what he's doing on the recruiting trail. You look at how the players respond to him. I mean, he's making a name for himself, either if it's at Tennessee or maybe somewhere else. Hopefully it's here.
Yeah, there have been some staff changes. Tennessee has a new running backs coach in Darrell Sims, William Inge now coaching linebackers. So there have been some change, but there's been a lot of continuity within the program over the last few years, the coordinators especially. So I know Alex Golish left, but then you promote from within with Joey Halsley to replace Alex Golish, and then obviously Tim Banks on the defensive side and Mike Eckler. Steve Sarkisian was talking about how he thinks cohesion in the coordinator spots has helped with the progress they've made at Texas. I'm sure Josh Heupel would say that, especially on the defensive side, because Heupel's so involved in leading what they're doing on offense, and then to see the defensive progression with the confidence they at least have going into this season. I would say Tim Banks, Rodney Garner on the defensive line, where they are most confident, would be a big part of that too.
I mean, it's hard in this day and age to keep a staff together, because you have so much turnover with schools firing coaches, and then they're going to pull from staffs that are successful. And Tennessee has something, especially offensively, that's very, very attractive. People want more money. You have turnover all the time. But the fact that Heupel has been able to have, for the most part, the same core since he's been the coach. And then when he did lose a coach to taking a head coaching job, he did hire from within. So that guy goes in the system already, and it's really easy to transition when you're working with your new group. I remember when Joe Ossovet moved from analyst to tight ends coach, and Jacob Warren was talking about how they were kind of teaching him and showing him the ropes. And I just thought that was hilarious. But now that continuity is allowing these players to not miss a beat. Go full speed. Be on top of their game. Know their assignment. And play fast. And that helps you get on the football field and be able to stay on the field.
You told Trooper how it was going to be, right, when he started coaching wide receivers?
He told us how it was going to be. And we said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we wanted him to be the receiver coach. And when we had an opening, Trooper coached receivers before coaching running backs for the first time when he came here in 2004 in Tennessee. And so we lobbied for Troop. And Coach Foreman listened to us. I don't know if he listened to us or he's going to do it anyways, but we thought our voices were heard.
It made perfect sense.
It was perfect.
And it worked.
Yeah, it worked. It was perfect. So.
And Kurt Roper came in. Is that correct?
Yeah, and coach running backs.
With David Cutcliffe to coach
yep.
running backs, yeah.
Yep. So it made sense there too. But continuity is very, very important, man. And so far, so good. Tennessee has it.
Brandon, in the text box to the recruiting conversation we've had last segment and just a few minutes ago, would you say that a top 10 class in recruiting these days is the equivalent of a top 5 class maybe 7 years ago? So recruiting conversations are going to be interesting because so many of the schools are likely coming from 2 conferences, because Texas and Oklahoma are typically going to be top 10 to 15. Now they're in the SEC just like all the other SEC schools that recruit at a high level. And then Oregon, which is recruiting at a high level under Dan Lanning, that's now Big Ten to go with Ohio State. The SEC is going to take up so many spots. We looked at Tennessee. So if I use On3's rankings, Tennessee is 12th in the nation. That is live counting on the air. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 6th in the SEC. So 12th in the nation, 6th in the SEC. And then you have Texas, Missouri, and Auburn taking up 3 more spots, 14, 15, and 16. So 9 of the top 16 spots are from the SEC. So I don't know if I have a great answer to the question of how it's viewed now versus then, but you have to recruit at the highest of high levels because of Texas and Oklahoma joining the conference, the race that is going to exist. And then again, I still think you have to, if you have the ultimate goal of competing for national championships, you have to pay attention to what Ohio State and I would say Oregon and Michigan are doing, Penn State in some years, because they're going to recruit at the highest level in the Big Ten, and you're going to go compete with them in the playoff if you reach your goal of being in that kind of spot.
Number one, you count like Count Dracula from Sesame Street. Number two, I think it's a lot harder to recruit because it doesn't matter how good of a relationship you have with your position coach. Like, y'all could be on the phone all night. I remember back in the day, elementary school, middle school, I would fall asleep talking on the phone. You can do that with a recruit. Hear each other breathe on the phone. Have the tightest relationship. It don't matter if you ain't coming up off those Benjamins, okay? You better be coming off those big backs. If you're not going to get them. And it's harder because it ain't just about the best relationship or the best scheme or the best playing time. It's about something else now, too, that's not regulated, that you just might get outbidded. So I think it's harder. So I'll say yeah.
I bet it's harder to predict. I'm glad I'm not in that business.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the wrong time to have the crystal balls and the forecast and all that stuff because you're going to be more wrong now than ever before. Yeah, this is my favorite school until this school became my favorite school because they offered me more money. But the thing is, there are some services that know those offers now.
That's why you would have transitioned very well. So you were in the pre-NIL era as a recruit. You were pretty low maintenance to cover. You just, I think, did interviews and shared what your feelings were after visits and all that stuff.
Yeah, pretty easy.
Now in the NIL era, you'd be easy to cover because I think you just host near signing day an open auction, and you would allow the schools to show up and have their paddles, and then you'd get to the end, and that's how you decide where to go.
I can't even do it. I can't even talk that fast. 1 million here, 2 million here, 1.5. I can't even do it if I wanted to.
That's pretty good.
I can't even do it if I want to. You see me starting at 1 million? You see me having this inflated view of my value?
Well, I think you would you would probably hire out the auctioneer to come in to do it professionally, and then you would just be sitting there naming off all your accolades to try to drive the price up. Tom Lemming has me number 21 in the country.
You're right about that. It would be done behind the scenes, though. Behind the scenes.
No, you'd be live streaming on TikTok.
I would be so easy as a recruit. No drama. Just tell me the number. I'll take 50%. Even though I couldn't because Alabama, you can't have NIL in high school. I told you they weren't smart, didn't I? I told you folks down there ain't that smart. Why would you not let the high school kids get some NIL early?
They got some work to do.
Well, Tennessee, high school kids can get NIL early.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have had to transfer to Jim Bob Cooter School. It's right there on the Tennessee line. So I can get paid early. I probably would have had to done that.
We could have gotten you up to Farragut, right?
I would have needed an extra 25% to be able to survive in Farragut. And afford Farragut, man.
We'll continue 865-656-9900. That's the number for you to be a part of this show as we continue for another 30 minutes. And attaboy still to hand out top winners and losers from the weekend before the show ends as we continue right here on Josh and Swain.
You're listening to the radio flagship station for the 2024 College Baseball World Series champion Tennessee Volunteers. This is 99.1 The Sports Animal.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Xander Schauffele won his second major of the season after shooting a 6-under-65 on Sunday at Royal Troon to capture the Open Championship. Schauffele won his first major earlier this year when he won the PGA Championship 2 months ago. He becomes the first man in 10 years to win both the PGA Championship and the Open in the same year. Major League Baseball games for your Monday evening at 6:40. The Guardians host the Tigers. The Mets visit the Marlins. Pirates take on the Cardinals. Braves welcome the Reds at 7:20. Phillies visit the Twins at 7:40. Just after 8 o'clock, the White Sox visit the Rangers. The Cubs welcome the Brewers. The Royals take on the Diamondbacks. Red Sox visit the Rockies at 8:40. At 9:40, the Angels visit the Mariners. The A's host the Astros. Dodgers take on the Giants at 10 o'clock. And LeBron James has been voted by his fellow Olympians to be Team USA's flag bearer at the opening ceremony in Paris on Friday. This will be LeBron's fourth Olympic Games. He is a two-time Olympic gold medalist. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln, locally owned and operated. I have told you over the years about purchasing vehicles at Ted Russell Ford. We have done trade-ins at both the Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike locations. I have friends, coworkers that I've seen go to Ted Russell Ford and find the vehicle that they're looking for. Had a friend recently get a pre-owned vehicle that worked out great at the Kingston Pike location. Talked to somebody earlier today looking at a Ford Explorer at Ted Russell Ford. Right now is the time to look. With their summer sales event, you can find low interest rates as low as 0% APR on vehicles like the 24 Ford Escape or the 24 Ford Expedition. You can find rates as low as 0% APR for 36 months on the 24 Ford F-150. So if you're looking for a truck, they have many different options to help fit your needs at Ted Russell Ford. If you need a truck, SUV, something from the pre-owned selection, shop on Parkside Drive on Kingston Pike or go online to tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement. Why is Purple Wave Auction the fastest growing heavy equipment marketplace? Our full service online auctions take the hassle out of buying and selling farm, construction, and fleet equipment. Thousands of business owners partner with Purple Wave each month to manage their equipment. Sellers count on our experienced professionals to handle the marketing, paperwork, and payments. And bidders trust in a marketplace free of reserves and hidden fees. Purple Wave is the turnkey online auction service you've been looking for. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
Summertime is here, and Saturday, July 27th, first time ever, a limited number of lake lots are being released. 2-acre wooded lots with boat slips from $79 $349.99. Lake Cottage package with boat slip only $349.99. Pickleball, pools, new clubhouse, on-site coffee shop, hiking trails, and more. Call for your private tour. Appointments are limited. Celebrate lake life and make memories. Limited property release Saturday, July 27th. Call 865-408-9992 or visit lakelivingtn.com. Memories start here.
This is Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. How can I help you?
I'm having some issues with my drains.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What seems to be the problem?
It's making this kind of a sound.
No worries. We can help you with that. If your drains are making strange sounds or giving off foul odors, then you may have a blockage or issue with your sewer line. Pipe Wrench can get your pipes flowing again in no time with our $99 drain clearing special. And if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. You also get a free camera inspection of your sewer line to help us easily pinpoint the source of the clog and provide the best and most affordable solution. When we identify the problem, we provide the best option ranging from drain cabling, hydrojetting, spot repair, or even new sewer line replacements if needed. Don't ignore signs of a clogged drain or sewer line before it turns into a costly problem. Call the plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench today at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com.
You are losing money if you do not add a deck before you sell your home. That's why you need to call James Anthony, 304-0955. You can also see what you can do online. That's at TennesseeHome.us. We're talking 20 years of experience and not just squares and rectangles. If you're looking for somebody who can bring customization to your home, call James Anthony at Tennessee Home, 304-0955, 304-0955, or TennesseeHome.us.
Since 1956, Standard Kitchen and Bath has been serving the East Tennessee area with professional kitchen and bath sales and design. Family owned and operated, Larry Finley and his son Scott offer custom and affordable cabinetry lines from quality brands like Soul Design Cabinetry. From remodeling to new construction, the professionals at Standard Kitchen and Bath can help you design any space. Call 694-0068, standardkitchen.com, or stop by the showroom, Kingston Pike, next to Grayson Hyundai. They're not just selling cabinets, but designs and ideas that will transform your kitchen or bath into something you'll love.
This report is sponsored by Eastern Kentucky University.
At Eastern Kentucky University, we're changing the game with free textbooks for all students, automatic scholarships, and programs that fit your career goals. Choose from 100-plus game-changing degree programs. Apply today for free at start.eku.edu/apply.
We're tracking scattered showers and storms beginning to develop as we head throughout your Monday afternoon and evening. High temperature still a little bit below average with a high of 86 degrees. Make sure to keep the rain gear and the umbrella handy, especially if you're going to be outdoors. Keep a close watch to the sky as storms approach. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group, East Tennessee's #1 family law and divorce attorney group. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group to help your family in their hardest times. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
I'm VFL Charles Davis.
And it's 40 days until
it's football time in Tennessee.
This countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. People helping people since 1934.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Lee wanted to know, Swain, what is your beef with Admiral Nation over here?
I don't have any beef at all.
I think it's pretty easy to explain.
Why?
It's called jealousy.
Jealous of what? I don't even play baseball.
Knowing what Grissom could have been.
Hey, if I would have played baseball, Farragut would have been a place to go.
That is still something I need to do. I need to take a tour of Grissom High School. I've seen this facility only in photos. Grissom High School, Swain's.
You got to make reservations.
Swain is Grissom's finest.
You
But
gotta
man, that facility.
It's like a college, that's for sure. It's like a college, but no beef at all with Farragut.
No,
it's just jokes messing with Josh.
No, I'm still trying to recruit the Swains to Farragut. Still working on that.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm nice and close to the station. I'll let you commute on the I-40 at 4 p.m. as Knoxville continues to grow.
Yep.
That makes your traffic time a little bit longer. I'll let you do that.
Fair amount of vehicles out there.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I like being where I am. Nice, close to campus, close to work. I'm with Bearden.
Clean water, fresh air. That's the best pitch I can make.
Our water's okay.
Come on out and check it.
Over here.
865-656-9900. Lee, appreciate the text. Appreciate you checking in on the show. Every day here on the show, we hand out attaboys and attagirls, and we do that thanks to the Native Nursery. That is available for contractors and landscapers. They are open to help you. Mm-hmm. And how about an attaboy to Xander Schauffele, who just a few weeks ago, earlier in the golf season, we were talking about, okay, can he break through and can he win a major? Well, now Swain, he has won 2. And I even saw it was a post that had gone kind of viral, but it was somebody saying, okay, well, he won a few weeks ago, but the conditions were great when he won the PGA Championship. This was back in May. He can't go win at a tough course when the weather's out of whack. He just had to have everything set up for him. So he goes and wins the Open Championship where it was all over the place. And starting Thursday and Friday, the numbers were kind of crazy what some players are putting up. So at the start of the season, he was looking for his first major. Now he has 2. He is the first player since Brooks Koepka in 2018 to win 2 majors in the same year. He is just the 7th player ever to finish inside the top 10 in all 4 majors and win at least 2 in the same season. And the players who did that, Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, Tom Watson, Tiger Woods, Jordan Spieth, and now Xander Schauffele. That is some elite company that he is in, an attaboy to Xander for that performance.
Definitely deserves an attaboy if he won a major and beat Scotty Scheffler, my boy.
Is there going to be a transfer here sometime soon?
No.
Where Swain's
I'm loyal.
Okay. I still thought there was a good chance in the middle of the weekend that Scotty would go pull it out, but Xander was able to emerge.
Scotty got street cred now. On top of the #1 ranking, I'm rolling with Scotty.
Swain will roll with Scotty. Today we hand out our attaboy to Xander Schauffele for his performance over the weekend, winning the Open Championship. And every day we hand out attaboys and attagirls thanks to the Native Nursery. Open for contractors and landscapers. It is your one-stop destination offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping materials. Includes boulders, flagstone, mulch, and more. Stop by, see Ben and Ted at 3473 Louisville Road. It's just 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road. Exit, you can call 865-310-3256. A great local company, the Native Nursery, open for contractors and landscapers. We will come back for a final segment. In our final segment, we are getting closer to the Big Kahuna Wing Festival. When we come back, a chance to win tickets. Be on standby for your chance. We'll have the power poll to close out the show. Final thoughts from today in our final segment coming up right here on Josh and Swain.
Guys, it's summer, and it's time to do more outdoors. But do you feel out of energy, lacking motivation and mental focus? It could be low testosterone. The solution, testosterone replacement at Low T Center. It starts with a quick test, and results are fast. Don't wait. Take control of your health. And now, Low T Center is offering a free initial test. So, if you're over 30, schedule a visit at lowtcenter.com today. Offer till July 31st. That's lowtcenter.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you ready for a Tennessee sports bar unlike anything you've ever seen? Check out Fieldhouse Social in University Commons right next to Publix on the UT campus. Fieldhouse Social has tons of menu choices to satisfy the foodie or the fan. A giant bar, 40 beers on tap, and tons of free parking right on campus. And did we mention the giant TV? At nearly 20 feet long, it's the largest screen in the Southland. Fieldhouse Social is family friendly and truly has it all. Fieldhouse Social, Tennessee's sports bar. The Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation has made a tentative decision to renew the hazardous waste post-closure renewal permit for Test America Laboratories Incorporated. TDEC invites the public to submit comments on this proposal. A public hearing will be held on August 29, 2024 at Test America, located at 5815 Middlebrook Pike, Knoxville, Tennessee 37921. The public hearing may also be attended via video teleconference. The 45-day comment period will end on September 5th, 2024. For further information, see the public notice in today's edition of the Knoxville News Sentinel or call the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation at 615-532-0780. The draft hazardous waste post-closure renewal permit may also be viewed at the Bearden Branch Library or the TDEC Environmental Field Office at 3711 Middlebrook Pike in Knoxville. Once again, please call 615-532-0780 to learn more.
We're not all the same, so why should we wear the same shoes? At locally owned New Balance Knoxville, they specialize in finding you your perfect fit. Their fit specialists take your individual foot characteristics and match them against more than 75 New Balance models, resulting in shoes that will give you the perfect fit. And with their new fuel cell technology, New Balance delivers top-of-the-line performance whether you're training for a world-class competition or treating yourself to an afternoon walk. Visit New Balance Knoxville in the Suburban Shopping Center, Kingston Pike, just west of Westtown Mall.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's.
O'Reilly. Save money today on your next full synthetic oil change at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get a $10 gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for just $35.95. Our professional parts people can recommend the oil change supplies you need at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You enjoy the thrill of gambling, but what happens when it becomes a problem? Whether you want to cut back or quit gambling altogether, the Gambling Clinic has been helping people change their gambling for over 2 decades. We're here to help, not to judge. The Gambling Clinic is a Tennessee-based clinic offering in-person and telehealth support to help people win back their life. Visit us at thegamblingclinic.com. This project is funded by the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Brought to you by the Gambling Clinic, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Swain, what did we decide at the start of the show? We're 19 days away from Tennessee kicking off the season. We agreed on that? We removed weekends because those don't count. Fridays are a breeze. Today's pretty much done. Plus, I think I chopped out a few. Oh, yeah, the game week. You just float in joy of football being back. Well, if we're 19 days away from Tennessee's season opener, we're 20 days away from the Big Kahuna Wing Festival, to which Matt Beeler would say, no, move that number up. I need a little bit more time to get ready. It's going to be a huge event coming up Sunday, September 1st, the 11th annual Big Kahuna Wing Festival, and the first person that calls 656-WINS will win a pair of tickets to the Big Kahuna Wing Festival. It's going to take place at World's Fair Park. You can go to bkwfestival.com to get tickets, to find information, to experience all the wings, but also the fireworks show, the live music. They have the new expanded layout to include both lawns, more than 10,000 pounds of wings. BKWFestival.com is the website, and 656 wins. The first caller gets a pair of tickets to the event. Sunday, September 1st, the day after Tennessee season opener, we'll go to the Big Kahuna Wing Festival. We'll have the power poll in just a moment. Our top winners and losers out of the weekend. A lot of fun today. A lot of football talk. Swain, great to have you back in studio. First time we've been in the same room, I think, doing a show together in a few weeks.
It's been a while, man. A lot has went on, man. SC Media Days and family stuff, and man, it's just good to be back here. Football season's around the corner. NFL football season is really here for those guys.
Training camps are underway.
Yeah, so we'll get
some Patrick Mahomes, Xavier Worthy highlights over the weekend.
We'll get football games at the end of this month here in a couple days.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, so we'll get some real football.
It is here. Maybe the most unexpected point of today's show was you having to kind of pick Alabama and Georgia fans up who were worried about their quarterbacks, at least according to what we were hearing. Georgia fans, according to Chip texting in, not sold on Carson Beck or their running back room, which I think are two of the stronger points after Etienne transferred in from Florida, and then Beck did what he did a year ago. But that's the case. That's the case. And then I think David texted in about Alabama fans worried about Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, I said Bama fans weren't that smart. I don't know, man. I might have to extend that to Georgia fans, especially those that question Carson Beck. He is projected to be the number 1 overall pick in some mock drafts.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, maybe that's the opposite. So if you've been at the top, you start to find reasons to worry, as opposed to if you're trying to get there, you find all the reasons to talk yourself into the optimism. Is that what's happening?
Do you see or hear any Tennessee fans saying, I don't know about that James Pierce. I don't know about him. I don't know if he's going to be able to get to the passer. I think he might be a little overrated to me. You haven't heard one Tennessee fan say that.
Not one.
Not one. We're smarter than that. We know great players when we see them. We don't doubt them.
Also, Big Ten and ACC Media Days taking place, and the fight continues between Clemson and Florida State. So a healthy time there. ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips saying today the league would fight lawsuits with Clemson and Florida State for as long as it takes. This conference is bigger than any one school or schools.
Florida State, what have you done? What have you done over the last 12 months? You got Greg Sankey out here throwing shots, talking about he don't want to share pie with you. Now you are in this lawsuit with the conference. They're not going to back down. When you think about some of the best football programs in the country, you think about FSU. But this is going to hurt them being able to compete against the Floridas, against some of the other programs, because it's healthier to go to another school. And if you're FSU, clearly the SEC is not an option for you. I guess either you have to stay in the ACC, or if you're going to fight and battle, your choices are limited now, Big Ten or Big 12. Because Greg Sankey sounds like he don't want anything to do with FSU.
Phillips said, quote, "There isn't a day that doesn't go by that I don't spend some time on the legal cases. I don't think that's going to change."
Basically, he said Florida State's a pain in the butt.
Yep. But got to move forward with the distractions, he noted. Before we move forward to Tyler and Will taking over at 3 o'clock on the sports animal side, and a big thanks again to everybody listening on AM 640, the Sports Monster in the Tri-Cities area. We have the power poll to close out the show. Winners and losers from the weekend. Any to note on your side there, Jason Swain?
Well, the WNBA winners. Team USA losers.
How about it?
You got beat by the WNBA All-Star team. Basically, everyone that got snubbed. So I guess you can look at them as a loser. But as a whole,
Yeah.
WNBA winners, because I was locked in watching. I was locked in, man. I'd rather watch that than the fringe players, the WNBA, and the Summer League.
I saw Angel Reese in her interview because she's a teammate in this setting of Caitlin Clark on the court. They've been rivals.
Yeah.
And said she's fun to play with, and hopefully we're playing together on Team USA.
No, they will be. No, they will be.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's going to bear the Team USA flag there at the Paris Olympics. That's pretty cool to be that one athlete that does that. You can't take that away from him. And then Todd Helton, all love goes to him. All recognition and attention goes to him. Being in the Hall of Fame, showing Tennessee love, showing Tony Vitello love. Thought that was great.
Totally agree. I recommend you go back and check out the speech. If you missed it yesterday, go back and watch what Todd Helton had to say. The Dodgers with the sweep, way to come out of the All-Star break. They sweep the Red Sox and Shohei. Second farthest home run, I believe, in that stadium's history. Noah Lyles, 9.81 personal best 100 ahead of the Olympics.
He's a freak.
Kyle Larson wins the Brickyard, number 3. Team WNBA, number 2 with the win against Team USA. Xander with the second major of the season. I put in the top spot. One of the losers, and I'm doing this really to highlight how great he's been, Red Bull's Max Verstappen. He finished 5th. He's now gone 3 straight races without winning for the first time in since 2021, a span of 58 races. He's been so dominant. It's the first time in 3 years that he's gone 3 races without winning. The Braves as well, losing Ozzy Albies. It's been a bit of a cursed season. They will prevail after losing Ozzy yesterday. Swain, a lot of fun. We'll try again tomorrow.
Let's do it again, man.
Thank you for hanging out today. We'll see you tomorrow at noon. Joel Silverberg producing. Thank you. Thanks for being with us right here on Josh and Swain.
Wedby Insurance is Knoxville's premier auto owner's insurance agency. Since 1972, the staff at Wedby has made it a point to provide personalized, prompt, and professional service. Whether you need personal or commercial coverage, Wedby Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance can provide you with a coverage that fits your needs and your budget. For your home, your life, your car, or your business, Wedby Insurance will be there for your family. Contact them at wedbyinsurance.com. That's WHEDBEE insurance.com. You're invited to the 5th Annual Dragon Baseball Golf Classic Saturday, August 3rd at Tennessee Centennial Golf Course in Oak Ridge. The $400 team fee includes the 4-person player fee, cart rental, lunch, and t-shirt. There will be trophies, door prizes, hole-in-one giveaways, and more. Sponsor packages are also available to support Clinton Dragons baseball. Saturday, August 3rd at Tennessee Centennial Golf Course in Oak Ridge. For more information and to register, email dragonsbaseball1903@gmail.com. McLean's Painting Services created an annual event and called it Paint It Forward. This is their way of giving back to a community that's been so gracious to them. You nominated your favorite nonprofit organizations so they could receive free painting services up to $10,000 supplied at no cost to them. Congratulations to this year's recipient, Alzheimer's Tennessee. Details at mcleanspainting.com or 991thesportsanimal.com. Let's continue to paint it forward.
Attention men, have you ever been embarrassed when the time was right, but you just couldn't perform? Now there's hope. The secret starts with a visit to Men's Pro Knoxville. That's right, men from 21 to 93 are performing better than before, even when the pills don't work. Their medical providers are using treatments from the conventional to the next level that can help you perform from 30 minutes up to an hour.